Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TRS Live with your hosts Brian Keller, Matt Trotz, and Zach Huffman, presented by The Real Shot.
I'ma do this here forever.
EQ.
Forever.
Triune.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I'ma do this here forever.
Let's go.
All you haters better get comfy. This the day you've been waiting on. Y'all road is finna get bumpy.
Yes.
This the track I'm making my statement on. I ain't going nowhere. This the place that I'm making home. I'll do this shit forever. Hit the gas and I'm taking off. Ow. I was born with passion. My job is never ending and my hustle's everlasting. No matter what, I'm gon' ball, even with my back to the wall. And the best part is that this is the beginning. I'ma do this here forever. Forever.
Random guy's car.
Wasn't a Heineken?
No, it's not a natter day.
You got that too, huh?
Did you get the 12-pack or not?
No, I did not. I just watched the video.
All right.
Matt sent it to me.
Here it is. Wednesday, 6 to 8. We're trying to TRS live, so we're here with the Wiscobass guys. I don't know where to talk right now. I'm not.
I know, I missed the headset too. I
You
know.
don't have a headset on.
I'm all
You're to my
screwed up.
left this time, so I can't.
Should we
look
hold
across.
hands?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
We're good.
You already have your
Pass.
feet crossed, so.
I kind of, that was a secret, dude. Come on, man.
Brian, go around and introduce all these guys again so
Oh my
people know.
Gosh. All right, we got Brent here to my left, right? Brent and Kyle from Wiscobass. And we've got Callin Martin, fishing the Wiscobass series this year. And I'm sorry, Andrew, what's your last name?
Harbath.
Andrew
Harbath. There it is.
Now, you guys both signed up to fish all of it?
Just the first two.
Oh, put your
First
in.
one.
Put
All
your in
the
the
chips
spot.
are in.
All the chips are in.
All the chips are in.
He's pushing it all in.
There it is.
I like
You're
it.
in, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
You will be.
It's okay if there's a little shit talking going on the rest of the episode between you
I
two.
like that though.
Yeah.
What are we like? How many? How
Start right
far?
away.
How far out in front of the next tournament?
The first tournament.
First tournament.
The first
2
one.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Colin's already got them all in. He's already.
Put 'em
Here
all
we
on
go.
the table.
I like that.
When Kyle texted me and he said, "Hey, our numbers are climbing," I said, "Take my money."
Take my money.
I sent him a
My
message.
$1,000, we're in.
And that's what Andrew's thinking
That's
too.
awesome.
I'm gonna take all his money as
That's
well.
awesome.
I sent him a message that said, "You're losing boat numbers by the day, buddy." It wasn't 15 minutes later.
No.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
Hey, Colin.
Hey,
Nice.
sucker. That's all it took,
Nice.
I
right?
actually registered for all of them. I just didn't pay for them.
A lot of people registered for all of them.
Here's the
unfortunately.
time to reach out to him. Tell
I got
him you
sold
got
on the
Andy
sales
out.
pitch.
Yeah.
I got sold on the sales pitch. Hey, everybody's signing up. Everybody's signing up.
Hopefully we have that part of it solved finally with the registration and not paying thing, because that causes a little stir on our end. But
Well, right
We're
away.
working
I
through
mean, what's the deadline for the first one?
the deadline for the first one is the Sunday prior, so the 27th.
So
correct?
Easter.
Like next weekend.
No,
Next
Easter's
Sunday.
this
Next
weekend.
Next
Next
Sunday.
week, yeah, it's all goofed up.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
That's coming fast.
28th.
That's
At
coming
midnight.
fast. I'm glad. Personally, I'm glad that you guys did that. Like, put the deadline out.
Right.
Right. Put your chips in and go fish.
There'll be some guys that want to get in the week of, like there always is, and
Right.
the deadline's there for a reason. You know,
I
we want
agree.
to take advantage of the people that want to take advantage of getting in early and committing. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's great.
there's a lot of benefits to that. You know, we can set up on our end. Obviously, everything that you guys have going on with the media, we can
Right.
prepare better. We can get the list of boat numbers out sooner to everybody. And there's a lot of benefits for us as far as the behind the scenes logistics to being in.
So what have you guys? So you guys, we had a show. How long ago was that now? 2 months?
Feels like a long
Whatever.
time.
Probably a couple
was
months
that?
ago we
Yeah,
did that
it's
or
been a
whatever, right?
long time.
So what have you guys seen? What are people talking about? What's the buzz you're hearing about? I mean, because it's definitely a different format than at least Wisconsin's seeing.
I've seen nothing but positive, at least,
Right.
on what the little I've paid attention to it.
The negatives, you're always gonna have naysayers. I mean,
Oh,
it's-
of course.
It's new, it's fresh, it's something different.
Right.
The only really negative has been, what do you mean? I don't have a partner. There's nobody with me. I'm alone. How am I gonna get my
Single
boat in the
series for a
water?
reason.
How am I gonna get my boat in the water? That's probably been the biggest one. Is how are we gonna get all
I
the
think
boats
Zach and I
launched?
are going to be charging those mornings to park the boat. We'll drive it away
I
and
thought
park
about
it.
it. I could pay for some of this camera
Heck
equipment.
yeah.
There you go.
For sure. Well, and that's so the first one's coming up is on Bagel, right?
Yep, out of Winnie
Nice.
County.
Man, what are conditions going to be like for that?
To Winnebago in the spring.
Yeah, I
man.
know.
We could get ice
think-
again by then. Who
I think the
knows?
big thing's going to be is the no wake going to be off the river by then. 'Cause that could really.
This
That
rain
could
this
be an
week
issue.
is not going to help.
No,
You live on the river.
I live on the river, and I tell you what, I watched the water level climb and go back down all in the last week, and now it's on its way back up. I mean, within 24 hours,
Right.
everything has been over the docks, underneath the docks, so it's always fluctuating.
Well, then how's that set up? So Wapaka, the Wapaka part of the river is within what, 500 feet of dwellings? It's no wake.
Correct.
But then there's been a big thing I've been watching go around the internet where Winnebago County, it's the whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing doesn't matter. It's all no wake everywhere.
In the river.
Right.
Not once you get onto the lakes, though.
Right, correct, yeah. But I mean, just trying to get anywhere. If
Yeah,
that's,
well,
if
that's
that's
just
part of
gonna-
your game plan,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
adds a lot of
River.
time trying to travel up and down when you can only go for.
Especially, and you have the current that's going to be pushing down as
Yeah.
much as it is right now, so it's already slowing you down. You're already throwing a wake a lot
For sure.
more than
Right,
you
absolutely.
typically would be if the current wasn't there.
The river rats know that. They play this game every year. I mean, you look at history in the last 5 years, the river's winning just about every tournament.
Oh,
out
that's
there,
why I
April
brought it
and
up.
early
Is the
May.
river always
Right.
plays, right? So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
how are you going to get to Fremont though? It takes you 2 hours.
Good news is you can run through the marshes because there's enough water in there. So
Yeah,
you can
that's
cut the
true.
time off, right?
I will not be running through the marshes ever. I did that once and never again.
Did you beat your boat?
No, but it's scary.
It is. It's a little interesting.
Think light thoughts.
Yeah,
Once
you
you-
think
once you're
definitely
committed.
think light.
Well, the issue isn't usually you. It's if you run into somebody coming the other way or one of those types of situations, it can get real dicey real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. Rumor has it the lake's coming around. There's been some guys on the lake already this year, and
Now you're talking about actual Bago?
Winnebago, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Last year, one of the biggest tournaments out there, the winners came out of the lake, so
Be interesting.
hopefully it comes back.
Could be interesting. I mean, if guys got fish upriver, it's going to be hard to get up there if you can't go anywhere. I mean,
On the lake, you always have the wind factor too. So
Right.
in the river, you don't have that. You get the current issues, but you don't have
it's
the
a very
wind, so-
diverse place. The Bago system's very diverse.
Absolutely.
Very diverse. So what else have you guys heard, like just from sponsors, other sponsors? You guys have been picking up sponsors like crazy.
Sponsors have been great. We can go down the list here. It's the reason people.
See, Zach, that's why you had to have it on the website.
I don't know them all by heart. I'm sorry. I'm cheating.
We didn't even mention the main sponsor yet. Jeez, kick him out.
Hey.
Substitute, bring the new
He
guy
had,
in.
he had the chance to bring it up right away.
I was just feeding you softballs.
Yeah. How much of a swinger? This first one.
Yeah, there it is.
That's what your wife said.
Here we go.
You guys sure you want to be here much longer? No, sponsors have been great. We have the big fancy word Brian will pump in, non-endemic.
Yeah, there you go.
Boom,
Sponsors
nailed it.
I remember?
Yeah.
Not just Dumb Beer Man anymore.
Is Natty Ice sponsoring anything?
Might have some natter dates.
Put it up there. Don't hide it, you big
Natter
whiskey.
There we go.
Jeez.
It's just a shameless plug for who I work for. So first off, obviously you guys, the Real Shot, have been a key to everything that's going on. Everything that's going to happen is in part to you guys and everybody here. You know, it's thank you, Zach's been behind the camera here, taking a drink in Natter days.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
You're still waiting. You're still waiting on a case or something, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Is it still on your desk? Because I might want a new one.
No, somebody took it.
Okay. Just making
I'll
sure.
get you one. Maybe even 2 now.
Oh.
Oh, there we
All
go.
right.
Oh.
Ante's up.
So yeah, Zach's been awesome as far as, the social media stuff, Facebook, the website, get you a message. It's pretty much done. He does it, pretty timely. This Sportomotive has been awesome. As always, they're a big supporter of mine. Pretty much everything we've done around the state in the fishing industry, Sportomotive has been a part of. So no big surprise that, Jerry and the gang have stepped up with this too. With Sportomotive, definitely think about service. If you guys have any issues when you're in town for the event, talk to them. They're there till noon on Saturday. Practice day, if you have issues, they'll definitely take care of you or do their best they can. Great guys, Mercury dealership, obviously. Next one is one of the non-endemic is Bartlett Auto Glass. Been awesome. It's to get somebody like that, some lifetime friends jump aboard. It shows they believe in us. So
I got a cracked windshield on a car. Can they hook me up
they
with
can.
that?
There you
Nice.
go. There you go.
Tony.
Perfect.
Next one, Dirty Jigs Tackle. Kurt's been a huge help as far as helping us within the industry of getting more sponsors, who to ask, how to ask. So thanks to Kurt, thanks to everything he has done for us. Check him out. in the store here. Another one, Dem Jigs, another jig company. They're out of Chicago. You got them in the store now?
Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
I
They're
don't
in the
say
store.
in yet, but I know we ordered them.
They're ordered.
Mhm.
Yeah, John DeMay, again, thanks for everything.
Dinger Baits.
Have at it, Brent.
You're awfully quiet.
I am.
You gotta wake him up.
Tired or what?
Do you need a beer?
Jet lag.
Jet lag?
Where'd you come in
Just
from?
come in today?
Florida.
Just today?
Jeez, that's
Just for
why you're
this?
tan.
Just for this.
Oh, are we special? Wow.
He's going.
Last one. Last
Wow.
night.
I gotta drop him back off at the airport. You know that.
Yeah.
Were you bass fishing? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Wow. That was the vacation with the wife before
was,
tournament season,
exactly.
wasn't it? Yeah. That's exactly what
Pay
it
the
was.
dues,
Pay the
man.
dues.
That's
Pay the
exactly
dues.
what that was. I've been
She
there.
watching this right now? You want to
She
give
is
her? Is
probably.
she one of your main sponsors? You
She's
wanna give
laughing
her,
right now.
Yeah.
She's
Don't forget to say hi.
Yeah.
And she is.
You're
one of our
fooling yourself
sponsors,
if you
so-
think she doesn't know that already, right? You know how this works.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. Had a great time.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, that was good.
Dinger Baits.
Dinger Baits is our next sponsor, and we'd like to thank them. They did sponsor our plaques, which I don't know if we have a picture of them up on the Facebook
Did I send you a
page.
picture of plaques?
I don't think so.
They turned out
You
really
sent it
neat.
to me.
First or third.
See if we can find it.
Yeah, thanks,
We can
Brian.
Thank those guys for stepping up. Get Bit Baits.
You guys had Dan.
Yeah,
on.
think you just had
we
him
just
on.
had
Just
Dan
had him
on.
in here.
He's
Yeah.
a character.
When was that? Last Thursday?
Yep.
Last Thursday?
I
You
bet I
gotta
could
go.
guess his outfit. Right, Steely? Steely gear.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
No, he did. He actually mentioned that he had blue jeans on.
Come on.
He did, and he actually called that out. He didn't do it on the show. He did it afterwards. He said, "Man, guys would be ragging me right now. I got blue jeans on. Normally, I'm wearing light, comfortable joggers and yeah, something like that." No, Dan's a great guy.
Oh, but that was a good show though. You should go back and watch that one. That was a
Boy,
good one.
I mean, not to get off topic for a little bit, but I didn't think you could talk about tube lures for an
Like
hour.
an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he
He's
did it.
passionate.
We were all in the tubes,
He's
man. We
passionate.
were tubing it.
Tried being in the boat with him for a day.
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna get lucky enough to fish with that dude, so I'm sure it'll be entertaining.
Well, he'll probably show his face, I would imagine, on the bay for Wisco.
Yeah, he didn't mention if he was signed up for
No,
any tournaments.
He
but-
didn't.
So, yeah.
Hopefully we can get them out there, right?
Yep.
You know, Rocker Shop actually is a motorcycle, another non-endemic sponsor, motorcycle Harley shop.
Is that the word of the night?
Yes.
I was gonna
it
say,
is.
look at
Not
you guys
endemic.
using all these big words.
Yeah.
I practiced.
I'm proud of you, Kyle. Proud of
I
you.
don't
It's
mess
all
with that
Brian.
word.
He's got it written on the inside of his hand. I think.
I need my glasses.
The personal dictionary.
Yeah, we don't really got the sign going on there.
What's that say?
You know, and most importantly,
We don't want to read that out loud.
no, with Rock and Rock Harry, he actually found our trailer for us and hooked us up that way. So that was a big deal. Good.
Oh, was that wrap done on there yet? Or is that what you sent me the picture was of the wrap? Or was that just the
That
banner?
was just the banner. The 24th, the trailer goes in.
Oh, wow, cool.
To get all jazzed up.
Looks awesome.
It
I've
does.
seen the picture. Looks pretty
It's gonna
cool.
look pretty neat.
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
think all the sponsors are going to appreciate it for sure. It's going to be noisy going down the road. You're definitely going to know what's
That's
rolling
awesome.
by you. So
Gotta put some speakers on the outside of it and just blare shit while you go.
we actually got some cool lighting from John at Black Label Lighting.
Sweet.
Did that in the pouring rain 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was
That
cool.
was fun.
Every day's been raining lately.
Yeah, right. Right.
It's hard
So
to
thanks,
believe.
Rock, for hooking us up there. Fox River Rods. I know they have product in your store
Oh, yeah.
here, and
Yep.
Yeah,
Chuck's been a big player in this whole operation. And
That's one of your sponsors, right?
that's right.
Nice.
Yeah. Chuck is. I mean, he's a phenomenal guy. Obviously, between Sublime helping you guys out for your
If you
shirts,
wanna
and
throw that in there.
you know, Chuck is.
Yep.
I'm never the guy that's going out there just chasing after something just to have a name on a jersey. Those rods are absolutely incredible in my opinion. I've fished all over the country for the past 4 years, especially being in the military. And I've had those rods on my side, and I truly believe that they are a key piece to the success, in my opinion, for sure.
Sweet.
Yes, you mentioned Sublime. They put together a shirt for us. You can check it out on our website. There's a link. It's this SPF 35 sun type shirt with our, the Wisco branding on it. So it's
Yeah.
pretty awesome of them guys to do that. There's a link right on the website for that. So
Nice.
yeah, we talked about John with Black Label. Lighting, we got our trailer all lit up, so we kind of talked about that. It'll be neat.
It'll light up like Grand Central Station.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is
The
there?
lights
Is there?
underneath it. It'll go.
Is
with
there? I was
the
gonna say.
music. It's,
Does it really?
I'm excited to get it.
Yeah, it does.
Nice.
We haven't played around with it a whole lot, but
How are we gonna get
Definitely.
walk-up music for this?
Yeah, I was gonna say we already
Yeah.
talked about that.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Baby
Let's figure it
steps.
out.
Baby
No,
steps.
let's do it. Let's figure it out like
Yeah.
for the first one.
Yeah,
Seriously.
you guys gotta have walk.
I gotta figure it out.
I gotta figure it out.
we'll just put Oombop on a.
Can it be Macarena? Everybody in
Only
the crowd.
if you do the Macarena.
I will do
The
the
whole
Macarena.
time.
No, but seriously, we gotta figure that out.
It's a lot.
I gotta be able. I can figure it
Yeah,
out.
was
I'm sure we can figure it out.
being
It's
at the classic
it's a
down
time
there.
Zach,
One of the
Zach,
most
we got that.
badass things
Yeah, we
was-
can-
We need
figure that
we need
out.
entrance music.
We can get that figured out.
Zach's here. I didn't even know Zach was back there.
I'm here all right.
What day is it?
Wait, it's not Friday?
No.
Oh, God.
We're all-
I'm in the wrong place.
It's almost right.
Hey, it's Sunday night. It's after 5. You're good.
No, I'm just listening. I feel bad because I
Wait a minute.
somehow have a lot of what?
Are we having flashbacks right now? Is he gonna work? Is gonna go.
No, I'm just
Right? I think Kyle might be his kryptonite.
every time.
Yeah.
Not even the beer. It's
No
Kyle.
longer are you two able to get together.
He's the one that decided to Uber down by us.
And it took a little bit of convincing. I mean, I think I said no like 4 times, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fix my Uber app and I'm going down.
You did. You did. You
I
said
think
go.
he
You
said
said I'm
I'm
going.
22 and I'm out of town. So
23.
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway,
He was
I
almost,
felt
It looked
bad.
like he
well,
was.
put it this way: he was almost out of a job.
So you looked like he was 52 the next morning.
I felt bad. We were in a bar and he texted me as I'm here. I don't see you.
You failed to update me on one
And
part
we,
of that.
we went out the front door.
Yeah.
And he came in the other end.
Yeah, I was like, you were like, oh
My God,
shit, you
we're at-
really did show
Sorry,
up.
we went to another bar and texted me. Like,
Okay, my
all right, that sucks. I just got a beer, so I guess
My
I'll slam it
favorite
and
part
leave.
about that was wearing a Wisconsin. It was a 13 Fishing Wisconsin shirt, and I ordered a beer. I paid the cover. I ordered the beer. Grabbed the beer.
Too.
Yeah. Well,
Can't use that as a
That's when you know you really get set up to
That's
when you
not a
try to
work
leave after the
expense.
cover.
right. But no, I grabbed the beer, and I literally, as I pull the beer off the bar, I get your text saying that you're across the street. I looked around, and the second I touched it to my lips, like 3 or 4 people looked at me, and by the time I was done with that beer, like 5 seconds later, everybody at the bar was looking at me, and I just went like this, and they're like, got it.
Is that you pointing at your shirt because
Yeah.
you spilt most of
No,
it?
it had a big Wisconsin. I didn't spill anything.
I would have spilt most of it.
No, judging by how he was in the morning, he didn't waste a lot of beer. He wasn't spilling
You
beer.
were like,
I learned from my
he was
mistakes.
classic after classic, that's for sure. He had a great time. So
Alright.
yeah,
We
you
got
guys
off the
are
one
limited.
takeoff the next morning. It was fuzzy.
I don't know.
I think-
I
I
don't know
don't
how you
think
guys
Zach
do that.
remembers much of that day at all.
Oh, I remember all of it. And you know, after we got the Pedialyte in me, you know, I was doing great until
Pedialyte.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we went.
Yeah.
We
Oh, we
taught
tried
him
to-
all-
Man,
we
you
taught
were
him
a
all.
puddle.
it was bad.
We
You
taught him
have
all the
no
old man
idea.
tricks.
Well,
All
here's
the
the
old
thing.
man tricks. We taught him. Oh,
I
yeah.
never used to get hungover. I pretty much quit
He was a
drinking
puddle.
until
Turned
how we
23.
went down there, and then
I
I
could
went
tell by your
harder
attitude.
than I have in a long time, and it all went downhill from there.
He was a.
All right,
But-
we got off derailed there. But
That's all
happens.
right.
It happens.
We as soon as you guys reconnected.
That was at the classic. We probably should let people know that was.
That was at the
Yeah, it
classic.
was.
That was at the
Next
class.
year-
if they
next
tuned
year
in-
we'll do better. Next year we'll
He's
do
not
better.
gonna get up till noon or what?
Stay up.
No,
We'll
he-
pull a Manson
I'm
and just stay up.
Yeah.
The best thing is the night before he's like, I'm gonna be up the first one up. I'm
That is a
showered
lie.
and ready to
That
go.
is an absolute lie.
Don't worry about me, guys. I remember Brian distinctly going up to the room that Zach was sleeping in and like kicking the bed. You gonna wake up? We gotta go. Yeah, I'm up, guys. I'm up. It was fun.
We made it. We survived.
We got through it.
All right.
We
what
just
else
had
we
to flashback.
got? We were at
Sponsors.
sponsors.
Now you can say hi to my wife. So say
Yeah.
hi. Sponsoring Audi Jewelers is one of our non-endemic sponsors again.
God, big
That's the
word.
4th time.
I know.
Big words.
Glad you weren't sponsored by that word. You'd be really plugging it.
I'd forget it then.
So you
Wait,
can thank her.
That was-
Big clearance sale coming up.
Oh, here you
I'll
go.
get there.
Where's she located?
Luxembourg,
Luxembourg.
Wisconsin, little burg northeast of Green Bay.
Nice.
Website for the clearance sale.
AudiJewelers.com.
Here you go. Make your wives happy before the season starts.
Right.
It's a good move.
Pay the
Take her on a
dues.
trip, whatever.
That's a good move.
Yeah, good
Guys
call.
are smart. They would do that.
Good call.
Shawano County. It's been awesome. Obviously, we have an event
Wow.
on Shawano Lake. So for the, we're going to be getting them some email lists, and they're going to be blasting out, all the specials in the hotels and, the supporters of Shawano County. So keep an eye out for that.
That's great.
Josh at the boat dock came aboard also. I don't know was he aboard the first show?
I don't know.
I don't think he was.
It was a while ago, guys.
It was a while ago.
I don't remember.
So
I have a hard time remembering like noon today.
yeah,
We're at 30-something
Hey, picking on
episodes.
him for doing
Really?
Right? Yeah, but I'm old.
So we got to thank him and the whole team over there. I believe they have a contingency program also.
They do. Boat dock rewards. I apologize, I don't know exactly how it goes, but if you call and talk to the boat dock, they can definitely clue you in on that. Their rewards program.
The city of La Crosse, that's where our invitational is. So everybody that signed up for all 5 regular season events is going to get that free tournament. And hopefully they're in the points race, because the points race has got that big sponsor package from the Real Shot.
Yep.
Up to $6,000.
And that's still true. If you don't fish all of them, you're not going to the invitational. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
You have
Can you
fish
buy
fry.
in? Yes, but points wise.
I'm not worried about me. I'm totally committed. I made my decision.
So they stepped up, and hopefully we can get the numbers up to put on quite a last
Weird.
show.
I don't know why he continues to look at you when he's talking about all this. Over.
I'm actually not. I'm looking at this.
He's burning a hole right through
Yeah,
his
yeah.
head. Like, swipe that
Where's
card.
that? Yeah, it's a checkbook.
Who else? Let's see.
There's that many.
There is that many.
We got like
man.
22 or 23.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So Reaction Innovations came aboard since the last time we were
That's a
here.
new
So
one,
thank
yep.
those.
Yeah.
We got a lot of baits and prizes that we'll be giving out. Experio.
Them are, this is like a very unique sponsor. Adam Cherry from Cherry Optical wanted to get involved with us, and he makes lenses. That's what he does. Your glasses, sunglasses, they make lenses, and Experio is a high quality, very, very good set of polarized lenses.
Really?
The business he's in, it's hard for him to tie something in because he's the manufacturer. So, Experio is how he is doing it, and he's going to have some packages for us to give away to get yourself some lenses. So,
Awesome.
And that's a local company?
right out of Green Bay, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Cherry Optical is right out of Green Bay, so, and they make the lenses right in house there. So,
Nice.
Yeah, Gamakatsu, Spro, some of the big names in the sport. Pretty awesome to have them come aboard as a
Absolutely.
startup
Heck yeah,
company.
wow.
we have piles and piles of baits and tackle boxes for our raffle. If you did not buy a sticker for your tow vehicle, you're gonna want to, because each package is probably gonna be over $500 in retail
Wow.
just for putting a $10 sticker on your truck.
Do I get to put a sticker on my truck and be entered?
Yeah,
As long as you fish the Derby, you can. $175, we can get you in there. Who's
Wow.
next?
Travis wants to know where your jersey is.
Travis who?
Exactly.
Travis who?
I'm like
The
dancing.
guy, the guy with the white t-shirt?
Sorry,
Mikey
Travis.
Where'd that come from?
Did he
On here?
text you?
That just pop up?
How did you know?
He doesn't have the stones to comment on here. I'm watching. He's joined. He's watching.
Come on, Travis. We all support smallmouth
Speaking of
crush.
Travis, Mercury Marine jumped aboard.
Yeah, that's a new one since-
That's a new one since we came back here. So
We got
Thank them.
something like 21 or something gallons of oil
Jeez.
to give away. That's all part of the raffles.
$10 sticker.
Another late entries here is Sunline, Big Bite Baits, and Aftco to round it out. Then we're just added here, confirmed last week. So big thanks to them three
just trying to
brands.
read some
Again,
of
we'll have
those.
product from them.
See if we got
I told Zach to read them.
Yeah, the way we went about it as sponsors is, everything is going to go back to the anglers. Fox River Rods, we're going to have rods. There's going to be some things that extends payout. From baits to gift cards to, it's going to be some awesome packages. So
Yeah, that's one of those things that's super cool to see that, especially as an angler for, Andrew and myself is, what you guys have really created here and really bringing it out there and seeing that you have sponsors at all levels, recognizing something that's going to be super healthy for the sport
Well, and for
and for Wisconsin.
well, I was gonna say for a brand new circuit, they have that many sponsors is
Right.
almost unheard of.
Well, and that's
I mean,
what
realistically, it's almost unheard
we're
of.
just reading through the comments here on Facebook, and there's some really good ones so far. I mean, like, who was the gentleman up there? He said he just moved to the Fox Valley and he was going to fish some tournaments, but he didn't have a partner because he's so new to the area. He said this Wisco is perfect for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, so that's George Eastman.
Eastman, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you,
And then
George.
there we got Tim Meyer wants to say Wiscobass will be huge. I mean, he's seen in the future. He already knows. I mean, look at the sponsors you guys got already. And then Travis does say yo, yo, yo. He's on there. And then Tim
Yeah,
does
a little more enthusiam.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
It's more like yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yeah.
Unless it's
You know what's
3:30 in the morning, it's yo, yo, yo.
He asked us about that when we had him on the show. He's like, "What do you guys think? Do you think yo, yo, yo is pretty cheesy?" We're like, "Nah, man, it's good.
Roll with it. You've been cheesy your whole life,
Right,
Yeah.
right. He was the original pro staffer, by the
Yeah,
way.
the
Pretty
original
sure
Randy.
He was the original Randy pro staffer.
Tim's got a question though. Tim Meyer has a question. He says, "Do you have to fish to get a sticker?"
Absolutely not.
So you can just buy them right off the website, right?
Yeah. We'll have them for sale in the morning at each event. You can buy them off the website.
We're gonna
And they
have
are
him
going to
in
be
the store too.
available now. Eric, one of the Wilterdinks, asked if we could buy them at the store. They're at the store now, so as of starting tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow. I gotta print some more. You took them all.
Then Manson's Travis Manson wants us add any plans for Nitro rewards.
It's in the works. It's sent out. I'm glad you brought up the rewards. Nitro is sent out. I've been waiting to hear back from Rick Emmett on that. So Sportamoto's working on that for us. Triton Gold we're waiting to hear back from. We just got confirmation yesterday. Skeeter Real Money is in. What was the other one? There's
George wanted to know about Ranger Cup.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
Ranger Cup never returned
Oh,
an email.
Yeah, so it looks like we got the Atlas Awards, Boat
Atlas,
Dock
that's
Tournament
the one I was
bucks,
thinking of.
and then the Skeeter Reel money.
well,
Yeah.
there you go, George. Get on the blower with Ranger and tell him, you know, help reach out.
Triton Gold, I filled out all the paperwork. Everything should be good to go with that. Hopefully, I mean it's just another part of it that we try to get for the anglers.
Absolutely.
So
Lear cover cash.
no Lear cover cash. I can check into it.
I mean, that's
Anything else, Travis?
yeah,
Anything else
Travis.
you
I
want?
mean, why don't you just Skype him?
What can we do to help you out for the one tournament you're calling for?
Travis, we can't help you out with your faulty gas pump, but
Right.
61 gallons in a 50-gallon tank. I think something's wrong.
What's that story about?
Oh,
I didn't hear that one. Oh my
He can tell you.
goodness. Jesus.
we should
The stories are never
Skype
ending
him
with
in
that
so he can tell
guy.
that story.
Yeah.
I got Skype open.
All right, Travis, if
There
you
you
want to
go, Travis.
Skype in, Skype TRS live.
Josh Crediti
Zach,
wants
get
to
your
Skype in
set-
too, so.
But thank you to
He says,
I'm good.
Come on, Travis.
You know,
He probably doesn't have his hair done.
wussy.
Oh, that's
Yo, 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 you wuss.
It's late in the night. He
Doesn't have his hair done. Guarantee
Oh, yeah.
that's what it is.
Put his what was the thing you used to wear? The visor on.
Yeah.
Put your visor on. Put your big boy pants.
You should just
We
call him
got Chase
Zach.
Parsons just joined.
Hey, Chase.
What's up, Chase?
Chase?
So, you guys, first year fishing this Wisco, obviously everybody's first year fishing it. What are you guys expecting for the year? I mean, are they living up to your expectations so far? And, you know, promises they've made, maybe not. I don't know if that's a good question for right now, but
I'm an open book, so
Yep.
I'm unoffendable. If that's
well,
what
we can try.
Not gonna
It's
happen.
not endemic. It's not endemic.
No, I think this is probably one of the healthiest things that I've seen. Like I said, you know, I fished last year in California.
Nice.
And it was a couple different club stuff. You know, you always have that tournament partner with you, whether you choose to have him or not. And this is really that platform I foresee at the state level that's going to give you the ability and start making you or forcing yourself to start making those decisions without somebody in your back pocket.
Right.
Or dragging that Carolina rig for that one big bite. Right, it's going to force you to make your decisions and commit to something, and whether those pan out at 3 o'clock or not, you know, you have nobody else to blame besides yourself. And I think you know, as guys have dreams to maybe go on to the Coastal level, go on to the Elite Series or the Tour or MLF, whatever the choice is for them. This is that platform at the state level where they don't have to go out and expand all their money. to travel far away, they can do it right here in the state
Yep.
and take it to that next level and really build their confidence here before they take that next step. I mean, that's my vision of it,
Yep.
and I'm excited just for the simple fact that it's all my decisions now. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
The cream's gonna rise to the top at
Yeah,
3 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So
And my favorite tournaments of the year is usually like the Bass, Wisconsin Bass Classic or the state, because you get to fish against the best guys in the state,
Right.
and so you only get that 1 or 2 opportunities if you qualify. Now it gives you the opportunity at least 5 times throughout the year to go against the best of the best. So if you are looking to advance yourself, you can measure yourself up against those other guys you get to go against.
Right.
So,
Well, you were saying that what lake was it you were fishing?
Well, no,
at?
when I went and fished the English Choice Championship at Gunnersville, they had 3 of the largest circuits in the whole country were from Wisconsin. For that. No, some of that's because they got so many circuits down south or whatever, but Wisconsin represented itself pretty well when we were down there.
Yeah.
I mean,
They always do.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Eric wanted to know about Bass Cat.
Bass Cat has not responded either. I did not forget about you, Eric. He has asked.
I didn't
in
even
the
want
past,
to try to say that.
Yeah, I
dude's
wasn't
last
going.
name.
Wilterding.
Well, today, oh, yours, okay.
Oh, yep, sure enough.
I wasn't going there. There's like 13 ways I could screw that name up. Sorry, man.
So a question that I have for you two as anglers is, obviously me being the media guy, is how do you guys feel about having, a media presence at a tournament at this level, actually having cameras that are going to be around you and, showing off, your skills not only on video later, but also
And your
live?
spots.
I'm all about it. At the end of the day, I think if you're a confident angler, by the time that somebody sees your spot and sees what's happened already, by the time that everything's aired, they're not going to be out there in the next 15 minutes.
And we're going to do our best not to do that.
And
I
those-
was just
but
kidding
those-
around. And I just know
That's
it's a sore subject.
There's a lot of guys that just went.
Yeah.
Well, that money's just pulling back out of there.
That
No.
is a priority of ours.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Folks
I-
at home understand is we are not.
Yeah.
The goal is not to take your spot.
Right.
And show the world on where you are, what you're doing, show your location. That's not going to happen.
I mean, especially, you start thinking about the first event in Winneconne. Those fish are going to be ever changing. For the water levels are going to be fluctuating, temperatures are going to be rising. So those fish that you see on Sunday, May 5th, that come that day, by Monday or Tuesday, they could have been pushed out of there.
Right.
And realistically, there's so much technology and so many videos and everything else out there already, that your spot is maybe your secret spot just because you didn't see the 15 other guys that were
Yeah, right, I agree.
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's not much.
It's just
of a
your
secret
spot 'cause you got
anymore.
there, nobody else is there.
Right.
Your spot is the spot you're on at the time you're on it.
Exactly.
For the
And-
time
and
you're
that's
on
just
it.
it. Yeah.
everyone that knows me, I like to talk a lot. So even if I'm fishing by myself, I got my own fishing show going on. I'm talking. I'm talking to myself.
That's perfect.
So, yeah, now I get an
Perfect.
audience. It's good.
Well, and that's kind of what we're looking for. We
Yeah.
want people that, have the aspirations to go on, whether it's Wisco again or somewhere further on to that, but, just act cool on video and you're building your own brand
Well,
realistically.
and that's just it. This is the first platform that I've seen personally in the state of Wisconsin that you can go out there talking with Zach, about having that media source and that outlet for guys that are trying to progress themselves, not just stay at the state level and think that, they're king tut within the state. Really go out there and be somebody
Right.
way beyond that. It gives them the ability to start talking out in front of a camera, having that media presence around you,
Yep.
and know that there's people also out there watching you, good and bad, of course. But you get used to it. You kind of have that as you start to progress yourself, so you're not shaking.
Well, and it's a cool
Comes
thing
out
too for the sponsors you guys have lined up already to see. Once this video content's out there again, whether it's the live or it's a replay of it. How well do you represent yourself?
Right. Yeah.
Like you said, you got some people on your jersey there, but you also got to be tactful of what you're doing on the spot. And everybody's gonna have a good day and they're gonna have a bad day as well. But
Yeah.
they're not gonna represent if anybody's just not representing them
Right.
the right way. So
Yeah, and it's
that's
cool.
what
You look at
represents.
some of the and you look at some of like the other outlets for fishing throughout the country, where it used to be very narrow-minded, where it was they only shared guys that were only a part of these affiliations and these sponsors. Where now it's kind of that free area where if you have those sponsors at the local level or at the top tier level,
Yep.
you're going to be able to get them what you
Yep.
are putting into it.
Right.
So.
All right, so we got another comment coming in. I don't know, Mr. Hansen, I'm going to say, because that first name is
think it's Tyson.
Tyson.
We'll go with Tyson. Says, sorry to be late to the club, but I just confirmed that Windrose North Outfitters will donate a custom-etched Yeti 20-ounce tumbler to each event champion.
Oh,
nice.
Cool.
That's
Hey,
cool.
Manson said he tried Skyping.
I didn't get a call.
Hey, who
Oh,
knows?
that's awesome.
When you start celebrating, if you do good, maybe you need to fill a couple of them.
Yeah, well, absolutely, right? Yeah, absolutely. The fin will be packed in Winnicott, and whoever wins the first one, right?
While we're talking about the media part of it, before we went live here, we were talking with you guys about some of the things we're going to do. And
Try to do.
One thing we learned tonight is we're going to try to have a camera guy in the boat at takeoff with 2 different anglers and cover your morning, you know, a lot like they do in, you know, the big series. So, you know, if that's something you want and you're interested in having, definitely get a hold of us.
Yeah, come in. I've got the smallest boat in the fleet probably. So.
Perfect.
We get a lot of footage on the way there.
right. Yeah, it's a really long boat ride.
You know, I think it's important for people to know too. Like we're trying. There's a lot of new for us.
Right,
You get new circuit. There's a lot of new media stuff that we're trying that Zach and I are kind of pushing the envelope with, and it may or may not work all the time. But we'll figure it out.
But
We're
even
gonna send it
watching,
anyways.
even
That's what
watching
we're gonna
MLF
do.
and everything,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, their content didn't work.
Oh, I agree. Well, you're dealing with cell signal out there,
Right.
so it's not perfect all the time. And I'm trying to.
But
I've got some.
When you
things
think
we're
about
trying.
it, you watch MLF or Bassmaster. I mean, they're not always perfect either.
Well, right,
They
absolutely.
get a lot of drops and whatnot too.
But
And
I think
people
the
expect it.
cool thing is like, you know, we start traveling out to La Crosse or Madison or something like that, where people aren't going to want to drive 4 hours just to watch it weigh in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So now, you know, your family, your friends,
Yep.
your sponsors have the ability to log on to Facebook or whatever the
Right.
case may be.
When we're
whatever media
setting up
outlet
the
is.
weigh-in, we were talking about before you guys got here. There's gonna be an actual show at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Right? There's 3-4 cameras there. Just me look, he's getting all geeked out already. Right, we're gonna have cameras on the bump tanks.
You
We're
can
gonna
bring
have,
groupies, bro. It's
right?
all right.
That's awesome, man.
Well, I'm sure, especially for Winnicott County, there'll be a bunch of people.
That's
there.
awesome.
Sure.
No, but I mean, we
That's
want
what we want, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, just we want that. You guys want it. I mean, come to these weigh-ins. It's going to be an awesome time.
Yeah, we want to make it a show. You know, we want people to come out and check it out. We're still working on the details, but one of my buddies, Yoji, is talking about having food.
awesome.
And, you know, a food vendor there to have, you know, brats, hamburgers, hot dogs,
That'd be cool.
maybe some egg rolls.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Oh, no, that's right. Last
So
time.
he's pretty much hasn't confirmed. He's got to approve it with Ali yet, his wife. But yeah,
They just had a baby, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not long ago.
Congratulations.
So, congrats, Yoji.
Yeah, very cool.
So yeah, I mean, we're trying to make it a community event. You know, bring people into the community for the day, check it out, and you know, support the anglers that are supporting the communities. So.
Well,
Well, that's
you
why
got to look back to it. You know, some of the guys that are upcoming, maybe in the high school and everything like
Right.
that. That, you know, they can kind of see who their next competition might be.
Yeah.
Whether if they don't go to fish on at college or something like that, they stay at the local level.
Yep.
You know, they get an idea of what's going to happen, and it's an outlet for them too to start having that guidance towards maybe that's what they want to start fishing
absolutely.
too. So.
Absolutely. No, I think it's gonna be absolutely. I think the guys that don't get in it this year because it's new and it's done by myself,
Yeah,
and
no,
how do I
yeah.
launch my boats and all those, and they're gonna be kicking themselves come about July. They're gonna be like, son of a bitch.
After the first one, it's, I mean, if you're undecided, my best advice to you is going to be get in the first one because that still keeps you open for the invitation.
Yeah, at least you have the option.
Right.
If you're not in the first one, you cannot win
Right.
the awesome package that the Real Shot is putting up. You cannot get the free entry fee to La Crosse. You know, once the first one is passed, it's too late for that. Now you'll have to wait for the following year or come
Yeah.
and fish them as opens.
That's a good point right there.
And payouts are going to be great. You know, we're boasting over 100% payout. So
Right. Well, and we can talk about that as what, you know, for those guys that aren't familiar with what we're putting up, the Real Shot.
Yep,
You want to talk about that?
you can.
see, Brian really doesn't
I was
know.
trying to figure out how to get Manson on here, but he said
Oh.
he can't do it. Anyway,
Well, so we have, there's basically two
just making
different.
sure he's paying attention. You
I don't hear a bunch of cans jingling, so you must be all right.
No, I'm
So-
talking with you.
Oh,
Making sure
me?
you're paying attention
For what?
for what we're offering for the tournament.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
Putting you on the carpet.
Yeah, here it is. I don't have my phone to scroll and make sure I'm telling everybody the
Right?
correct thing.
No,
See if he's paying attention.
Yeah, just have no bad with no other really important notes. Well, there's two different sponsorship levels that we're offering, and it's for the guys that plan on going back to finish the Wisco again the next year, You know, we're basically covering all the entry fees for that. Plus, and I believe that's $1,000, right? Did I quote that right?
Yep.
That's $1,000
Roughly, yep.
roughly, and there's so that's what that's going to do is that's going to pay for the Wisco entry fees, and then there's some swag that goes along with it as well, real shot gear and so on and so forth. And then the next one is the big one, which we want the guys to get jacked up, and if you plan on going on to the next level, we're going to cover 3 Wisco or not Wisco Costa or Open tournaments or whatever.
Well, it's a $6,000 package.
Yep,
so
$6,000.
basically
So
cover
3 entry fees
whenever you want to go fish.
Yep, and then there's other swag as well. So I mean, there's big money to be.
He's all geeked out again. He just
think
about
it.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go,
You
baby.
gotta go for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I put all the chips in
it's
right away.
there. They're right there.
There's so many anglers around here that can compete at that level. That
Oh,
can
no
definitely
doubt.
compete.
Yeah,
There's-
100%.
Well, I talked to a gentleman who's fishing the first one. He's up by Wausau, and he said that's his. He wants to go for the Costas this year. He wants to fish the first Wisco and then see where it goes from there. But he plans on fishing most of the Costas as well. So, I mean, you might as well fish all the Wiscos then at that point. Try to win that free money.
And it just goes back to that setting yourself up for that platform. Right?
Yep.
Like you get used to it this year, and then you end up cashing in at the end of the year. You win it. I mean, you got now the little bit of finances backing it, plus you have
Well, it's a
that
big jump
mental
start.
strength to
Yeah.
say,
Right.
you know what, I can go do
Right.
this on my own.
It's everybody's reservation is that giant entry fee.
Yeah.
Right.
Every one of us can catch fish and, in our minds compete, and a lot of guys can compete. It's just a matter of taking that leap of faith. And
Right.
You don't know if until you put your chips on the table, right? You never know.
High stakes gambling with fish. That's all.
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
all it is. Absolutely.
Now, real quick, we do have a quick question from Facebook. Doug Henning asks, do you think you will draw over 70 boats per tourney after the first one?
God, I hope so.
I really
be
do,
awesome.
and I think it's a possibility.
I think
Especially
so.
on the bay.
Like
Especially the bay.
we're talking, it's
It's the fear of the unknown. That's what it is for guys,
there's
right?
so much going on right now in the background, behind the scenes that Brent and I are doing, that you guys are doing, that every day something new is coming up that we're like, oh, we should do this. I mean, we just got a 20 by 5 banner made. I mean, the thing is massive with all our sponsors on it. Kevin Yeska, thank you. Kevin Yeska's been awesome. When we do reveal the trailer, once, all of our designs and the plaques and everything, it's going to be an awesome show. Everything, the production's going to be done professionally. Everything on our end is going to be done professionally. And
No pressure, Zach. No pressure, Zach.
it's super
None at
exciting.
all.
We won't let Zach drink too much the night before.
No, I don't plan on drinking at all the night before, before any more work functions whatsoever.
So, I mean, every tournament trail in the world says, yeah, fish this because it's the greatest. Fish this because it's the greatest. And
They all started the same way, right?
right. And I'm confident anybody that's ever fished an event with Wisconsin Bass Nation that, we've been a part of is, every year we grow. And, that's brought us to this point to help us know what the anglers want. We both listen to everybody. Any ideas that come up, every idea is taken. We don't write any of them off. We've talked about expanding to a Western Division next year, talking to anglers around that part of the state. Which lakes do we go to? Where do you guys want to fish? What do we got to do to get you to travel this way? Or do we got to get these guys to travel that way?
Yep.
Because as much as they don't travel this way, this side of the state don't travel that way. So, we're called Wisco for a reason. We want to cover the whole state,
Right.
eventually. And, where that leads us in the future is who knows. But it's super exciting. It's fun. Every day is just kind of a whirlwind of what else can we add to it. The sponsors have been awesome. Obviously, the Real Shot. So hearing you guys talk is, it gives me goosebumps to think about.
Right.
In 2 more weeks, we're going to know, it's all going to be live and
Yeah.
everybody's going to see it. And I just don't want anybody to miss out on it because, like we said, once you miss the first one, to go after that package is...
Well, even thinking about it, I mean, when I came to you in September, we started talking about certain
Yeah.
things. I mean, I didn't really have a direction where I was going to go, and as soon as this came out, and we just talked about it, and everything that's kind of came to fruition now. I mean, if you're looking for that next platform, it's really a no-brainer in my opinion. I think you guys as well, that this platform is there for everybody to be successful.
Absolutely.
Another cool thing that if you didn't see on Facebook, I put it out there a few weeks ago, is Chris Groh, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro, is going to be at Green Lake. He confirmed that he's coming to fish. He's coming to let you guys take his money. I mean, that's what he said. I'll come donate. I'll come fish with you guys, and
Shake your
that's the way he
head,
is, man. He's not going to be on that body of water at all this year, but he's going to show up and just have fun and go fishing. So that's pretty cool.
So George is commenting on here, George Eastman again. Do you have one person identified to MC every weigh-in?
Yeah, Brent.
Yeah, I was gonna say we covered that earlier.
I got a face for radio. He's got a face for TV. So
I guess I'm MC.
I guess.
All right.
unless Dave Mercer's free.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get some Mercer taglines going and get ready.
Well, and that's one of the things we talked about is we'd like to have it as close to, you know, the things people are watching on the internet and on TV all the time. So if there's somebody that's not, you know, Brent, that wants to sit down and chat with Zach or something like that, we're open to it. You just got to know what you're talking about, obviously. I'm not going to be the guy that sit there and be like, yeah, you caught it on a sluggo, huh?
Hey, don't give away George's secrets.
If Jordan Yang says, I'll MC.
Jordan would be good.
You
Jordan
would be a good MC.
You'd be a good one.
Is he not fishing them, though?
No, Jordan is not.
No, he's a co-handler.
Yeah, he's a.
It's important, George says.
It is. It is.
I mean, you got to reach out to Jordan, see what's up.
Yeah, Jordan can do it. He'd
Fuck,
definitely
man.
be entertaining.
He's committed right now. He just said he'll MC,
He's
so
in.
he's already
He's
locked
in.
in.
He's done. You're done.
Contract
Job interview
signed.
was open for 2
Thank you.
minutes.
Done.
He's gonna have to buy a new pair of shoes for that. So
There's another. You got somebody. You're an insider
it's
joke.
an inside joke.
Yeah.
He'll laugh.
Very nice. So let's go through the tournament. So we talked a little bit about the first one. First one being Winnebago, obviously May 5th, right? So we talked a little bit about the river, obviously always comes into play. Lake's kind of coming into play next year. Do you guys have any thoughts about, and I know you're not going to get into specific game plan ideas, but what you're thinking, like, what your game plan might be or what you might be looking for? Or?
I think you got to check everything when it comes down to, I mean, especially this year with where the water levels are
Right.
and how much it's changed on a week-to-week basis. I mean, if you don't check everything, you might be selling yourself short. I don't know what you feel about it, but
I'm not a river guy. I'm headed for the lake.
Hey, just throwing it out there. There we go.
I have like a
Don't worry about
handful. No matter what time of the year it is, I have a handful of spots I go to. So my pre-fishing is go find something you haven't fished before, just to see if there's something there, and then come game day, if I haven't figured something out, I just go to my old faithful spots and
Perfect.
all
Yep.
in those spots, and swing for the fence. So
Well, and I think it comes down to any tournament, you just got to go fishing, right?
Yep.
yeah.
You got to use the knowledge you gain during the pre-fish, during practice, and then you just got to go fishing. That's just
Yep. And that's what Callin said. Not having another guy in the boat allows you to stick to your game plan.
Yep.
It's not, okay, I need to get this guy behind me some fish too. He maybe has a better spot than I do. You can stick to your game plan, and it's all on you if it works out or not.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
and I mean, you know how it goes. You start talking to the guy, how'd you do in practice, whatever, and I started catching them and everything. So now you start questioning, well, I didn't have good practice, so now maybe, do we
Right.
switch up the game plan? No.
And you got to keep your boat farther away from shore so he can cast. And,
Yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, I'll spend 10 minutes on a dock if I know there's a fish there, but if there's a guy in the back of my boat, it's really hard for me to sit and do that. So
Right.
I'm really excited about fishing alone. I've always fished better when I'm alone, so.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I would like to stay above 41 in Oshkosh. That's
Okay.
my goal.
All right.
But
So going into the first one, points wise, do you guys take that into account for your game plan, or will you?
I take it
Or are you a swing for the fence kind of
tournament by tournament. I
Yeah.
don't care what the points are. I mean, there's not really a lake on the list that I can go and be safe and be like, okay, I just need to get my limit and I'll be safe. Because, like, there's Shawano at the end. Half the field will zero in Shawano probably. So, I mean.
Nonsense.
So, yeah, I mean, I always have to swing for the fence because I know I might have a bad tournament coming up. So I can never bank on, the Bay's going to be good or Shawano's going to be good. You got to take every tournament and try to score as high as you can. You can't just play it safe. So,
yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know, do you play it reserved or you swing for the fence? I think, practice kind of give you that idea where, if you can go catch a limit, probably go catch a limit. Just to play, the numbers game and then go try to swing for the fence after that. I'm personally excited for the upcoming events throughout the year, where and Winneconne is my nemesis. It's one of those places that I've just not had the greatest success.
There's a lot of water.
It is.
It's
It's a lot of
huge.
water. It's very hard to break down in a short period of time. It's not like we fish all day every day. It's not. We're not making $1 million a year where, we also have jobs and everything like that. So it's a lot of water to break down in that time period before practice with weather changing and everything like that. So I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm curious to see where it goes. And once the weather kind of sets up and you got a better idea what that's going to happen, I think you're going to be able to dial it in a little bit. And
We'll see where the water level is going to be huge. I think that's going to play a big role in the tournament personally.
It also comes down to lakes we're on. A limit goes a long way on Winnebago and Shawano.
Absolutely.
But if you're not mid-20s or higher on Green or the Bay, you might as well not come to weigh-in because you're not even going to be close. So there's some tournaments you have no choice but to swing for the fence.
I got a question on boats here. So you have a
Z6 Nitro.
Z6 Nitro, so a fairly small boat,
Yep.
and you're running an aluminum express, correct?
Aluminum Express X19, yeah.
So, does that come into your play, your mindset of the tournament? Obviously, on the bay, if it's
I had to have a
Winnebago.
backup plan for especially Bago because coming across Butamore and going out on the lake, I had to have a backup plan. That between there's some stuff I got to hit too, but. Yeah, I'd rather make it back than go get that big one. So the Bay, especially too. I mean, if we launch in Sturgeon Bay and we have a really bad wind, I'll stay right in the. Last year we had a clubber and we launched out of downtown Sturgeon, and my biggest fish came off of the pylons right in town. So I always have something close to home, especially with a small boat. And sometimes you can't run with the big guys; you gotta wing it close to home. So there's fish everywhere. You don't have to make the long runs.
George said, I dreamt I weighed in 28 pounds on Winnie, he goes.
oh, that was a dream.
Good luck with that one.
Was that 2 days?
He was winning, yeah.
Might be 4. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so next tournament then, June 2nd in Little Sturgeon. Right? So what are the boundaries for the Bay tournament?
Unfortunately, after some research with the DNR, we do not qualify for the open reigns. We do have to stay in Door County waters.
Okay.
Door County waters is Shador's Dock to the south, 5 miles offshore, all the way up to Gills Rock, 90 degrees across, 5 miles offshore, 1 mile west of Chambers Island. So, I mean, you still have a giant,
I was going to say, so if you can't fish,
it's
you
still
got a
a-
problem?
it's still
There's a
a-
lot of water, dude.
It's still the best smallmouth fishery in the world. So,
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of water you just mentioned.
This tournament's going to be,
Fish around beds at that time. So
we're launching right in Little Sturgeon.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we're launching in the heart of what's going on that time of year, typically.
That's a great launch there, too. That's a great
Yeah,
facility there,
yep.
absolutely.
I'm expecting some big weights, 25, 27.
Oh, yeah.
20 pounds for sure to get a check.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. At least.
That'll be awesome.
Can I say 22? For sure, 22.
22 to get a check? Yeah.
22 to get a check.
Yeah.
We should put
We
a
should be
little,
writing all these down just to kind of
And
keep
if-
track.
a little fun wager.
If
It's all recorded, dude.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's right. That's all he does when we're at work.
You know
He
what
just
we
goes
should
back
do?
and watches old shows.
We should
2019.
record this. So we can play it again.
Right. Fine.
There's technology out there. We
Fine.
should get it. Tell Brian to buy it.
If we don't have gale force winds, yeah, it'll be.
Well, that'll be. If we
Yeah.
get a nice flat, calm day, the weights
Yeah.
are gonna be off the charts.
Oh, yeah.
Where guys can run and sight fish, and you know what I mean. It's gonna be insane.
And speaking of the wind, I mean, we're not going to put you guys in unsafe conditions. If it's not safe, we're not going to fish. We'll push it. We'll reschedule. It's not worth anybody's life. It's not worth any of our equipment to be at risk
I'll just be going for retreads all day then.
for a little slimy green thing or brown thing. But as much as I love the big water and love running around, it's common sense to not,
you can get
definitely
some-
do safety first. So
Especially when you're by yourself out there.
yeah,
Right.
yep,
I mean,
yep.
that's
Exactly.
huge.
Yep, absolutely. So June 16th, then Green Lake. Green Lake could be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Green Lake's going to be a giant bag as well.
Yep.
It's going to put out some big largemouth.
Big, small.
Maybe pre-spawn, post-spawn mix.
Depends on the
you know,
weather and
right?
the water temps. That
Right.
lake is so cold that fish spawn a lot later. So,
Deepest lake in the state, right?
and sometimes the smallmouth are spawning after the largemouth, and that lake's just weird. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that one's gonna be good.
That'll be a good one. And then we got August 18th. August 18th, run Shawano.
You guys
I'm excited.
you excited?
Yeah.
Brian didn't seem too excited about it.
No.
Me?
Who,
What do you mean, me?
We're on Shawano.
Yeah.
Oh, I just.
That-
Sorry.
That lake's
We're on
gonna have a
Shawano.
That's
Little
yours.
better? A
That's
little better?
mine. I put so much time and effort and money into that lake and got nothing out of it except a hard time. So that's like the one lake I'm just hoping to get some fish.
That's Shawano Lake though. It's feast or famine. I mean,
Well, the cool part is you don't just have the lake.
Right, you can go to the river.
You go have the river, and I mean, there's
There's
been
a
a
lot
lot
of fish in the river. You
No,
shouldn't
been a
go
lot of
fish in the river.
success.
Last year I had a co-angler that's one of the best guys I know on that lake, and we still both zeroed on that lake that last year. So that lake's got my number.
That was a tough day.
So what comes into play, Sean, all that time of year? Typically, what are you looking for?
It's kind of an awkward time of
Yeah.
year for, I mean, right?
It's hot.
It's summertime.
hot.
It's
It's-
Dog days, yeah.
Water temps. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I think you got to be able to have the ability to go, maybe you go fish them shallow. I don't know. But, there's a lot of guys. I remember last year in a couple of derbies out there that they were catching them cranking way off on those grass flats on that break. Obviously, those fish will probably push out there at some point. And the river, I think the river is going to play a huge factor. But it all boils down. I mean, there's so much speculation that far out and how much water they dump out of that lake for going down there. If they change the water levels a week before, those fish are going to move, and whatever you were on or thought you were on are definitely going to change too. Yeah. So
It'll be an exciting tournament for you guys, and I think it's
Yeah.
going to be exciting for Shawano itself. You know, we're one of the first tournament organizations that came to the county, so we're really welcoming us in. So,
and I think too, talking about the schedule you have. I mean, you go to Winneconne, which is a totally animal in itself. And then you go, to Green Bay, you're going to go fish smallmouth, and then you're going to go down to Green Lake and fish a very clear, rocky lake like that. And then you go to a grass lake. Then obviously we take off going way down south.
I was going to say the next one then September 8th, Madison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that can be a mix of all of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got deep grass, you got rocks, you got shallow sand, you got river, you got pretty much anything and everything on Madison chain.
Yeah.
That one's going to be exciting. I'm expecting to see some big numbers there.
Yeah.
Some big weights as well. Mm-hmm. So.
And then the big invitational in lacrosse in October. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slugfest.
That'll be a slug.
That'll be awesome.
I don't know anything about that. I fished it like twice for a clubber and state. And that's pretty much all the time I've ever spent on the river. So.
Yeah, it's the best time of year to be there.
No, the MLF is coming there, right? For their Red Crest Championship or whatever in August.
Yeah.
So.
I've never been out there bass fishing.
If you like the river, what I can tell is you like fishing the river. You're gonna be in. You might not leave. You might move.
I might stay all the way through.
I've always said if I'm gonna move out of Green Bay, it's gonna be to lacrosse because the fishery is phenomenal. I mean, it's so diverse. One of the goals having lacrosse as invitational was, like I talked earlier, is getting some guys to travel this way. We've had some success with that. There's guys that are coming to fish them from, the western part of the state. If we looking at 2020, if we expand another division, possibly we keep the invitational in lacrosse, and keep it centralized and kind of the same standard every year where we know where we're going or on the river somewhere. So.
Right. See, I've always personally liked fishing multiple. It just makes you a better fisherman, I think.
Yeah,
right.
Traveling and getting on bodies of water you've never seen before. You've got no preconceived notions of anything. You don't know anybody. You don't know where everybody goes. You just have to look at a map and go fishing. I think that makes you a better fisherman.
Can't fish history.
Right. Yeah. That's what I've always fished better that way personally. So
me as well. I mean, you don't have that talk back here.
Yeah, you just go fishing, right?
Yeah.
If that didn't work, you just that didn't work. I'm gonna go try something else. You don't have something that worked 3 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. Or the guy that you're cracking 60 and all of a sudden he goes, I caught a big one off that one last week, and then you're like, let's power down, go check it.
Right.
You're not playing in your own head. So.
Oh, that'd be awesome. So what else are you guys? I mean, I don't know. I'm excited about it. A little nervous for some of the cell coverage with live stuff we're working on, but I think we'll get through it.
I think one
It'll be
place,
awesome. Zach
one
and I
place
will
that could be
figure
an
it out.
issue is on the bay.
Yep.
Service is pretty horrible up there in areas, but again, it's going to be a work in progress for some of this stuff. We're definitely gonna.
Well, and I don't know if anybody, and maybe I'm not in the state for sure, but I don't know of anywhere that's got a circuit at this level that's trying any kind of media coverage at all, at all, at any level.
Yeah.
So
I don't know of any.
I don't either.
There's no really any other circuit that's got guys like this running the show though either. So
they can't step on the scale for you.
That's
right?
fine. I 6 years ago I made the transition from salmon fishing and walleye fishing to the bass series. So I guess I kind of been spoiled with the terms I got to fish with these guys.
Nice.
Because of how well that ran. I mean, it's like watching TV and seeing their league guys. So.
Yeah, well, we were talking about before when you guys got your tents and setups, and it should be pretty awesome. I mean, it sounds impressive, so.
It's going to definitely have the professional feel that we're going after, so.
Right.
That'd be great.
And we want their we want English feedback. If they want to see something that maybe we haven't talked about or haven't thought of yet, shoot us your feedback.
And I also think, looking at the total other end of it, is it kind of gets rid of the tire kickers. This is, they're going to be a media coverage, and those guys aren't going to be able to have the naysays and the Debbie Downer kind of guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So it's going to kind of deter that away, which is, I think, it's going to be healthy for everybody else around there.
Right.
So.
Just you against the fish, man.
That's right.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's just you against the fish. There's no excuses. That's the best part about it.
Oh, there's going to be all kinds of excuses.
Well, yeah, but there isn't any, right? I
There's
mean,
not going to be anybody getting blamed.
no, but it's not
the
blaming
person in
somebody
your
else,
shoes,
right?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
this got off, that got off, whatever. I was going to ask you, can you use nets?
Yes.
You can use nets, okay.
Yes. Yep.
That's good.
Is
I
that
don't
good?
know.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's not.
I mean, carpet flopping is allowed.
Right, I mean, but
that's a lot more
sometimes-
fun than netting a fish. But
Well, I just didn't know if it was a rule or not. I didn't.
you could definitely use a net.
Okay.
One thing we did go to with, some debate and some dislike is we went puncture-free call clips. It's not been a fan of some people that, naysaying towards it, but it's conservation.
I agree.
We want these fish to be around for years to come. The MLF style of tournaments is kind of the sight in the future, but you still can't beat bringing fish to the scale. And if we want to keep bringing fish to the scales, we got to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody did it the right way,
Right.
you won't have a largemouth or a smallmouth with a giant hole in their lip.
That's what I was just gonna say is, you just eliminate the whole aspect of people that know how to do it, and then you have the guy that just sticks it and throws it in.
Yeah.
And you mitigate that whole.
I didn't know. I'm glad you brought it up. I didn't know you had that as a rule.
We just announced it
Just-
2 weeks ago.
So you got non-punctured call clips in the store?
Yeah, we do. We actually got a bunch of coming.
There we
bunch
go.
more coming too.
There you go. The Real Shot has them. We could even have some in the trailer with us if guys.
You need to buy them day
You know.
of.
So is that
Don't
like a
have them,
disqualification if you see a puncture hole in them, or how? What are you guys doing with
You
that?
can't do
Well,
that.
it's going to be tough to police at the scale because it could have been a retread from another
Right,
tournament.
right. That's why there's honor system.
We're going to be out there.
Well, and we got cameras everywhere.
We're going to be
so.
we're going to be hitting as many people as we can. One thing I haven't even told Brent this yet. One thing I've been
Oh boy.
keeping under
Oh boy.
under my hat as of late is we are going to have other boats on the water that are kind of like the police.
Oh,
That
okay.
are
Yeah.
spy boats. Anything they see, they're going to take pictures. They're going to contact back to me, and there's only going to be 2 people I know who these guys are, and that's going to be Brent and I. So that's one thing that
And as of right now, Brent doesn't even know who
he
they are.
doesn't even know who they are. He's been in Florida.
Yeah,
Been on vacation.
Bass fishing.
So that's one thing. It's some of the negative we got back was how do you police, and having 2 boats on a body of water with cameras like Winnebago or the Bay is going to be tough. Having 6 is going to make it a lot easier.
Right,
So,
for
That's
sure.
a great idea.
not trying to bring a negative light to this, but
Well, it's
it's a
reality,
reality.
though. I think it's good for the guys
It's
that are
good.
putting, keeping it fair. It's part of the
Yeah.
game. Anytime you get money involved, unfortunately, there's always people that try to take advantage of
Yeah,
stuff, right?
absolutely.
So, it's just kind of human nature. Not the good part of human nature,
Right.
It is what it is. Well, that's cool. I'm jacked.
Doug Henning wants to say lacrosse will be awesome. Lots of hangovers that weekend also.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I'm sure I'll be hungover Sunday morning.
Oh boy.
What's that party Shaver has for the
Elite Fest.
The Elite Fest.
You'll have to have a Wisco Fest.
guess
Yeah.
yeah.
Jeremiah Shaver is hosting Wisco Fest.
Very nice. So we got to figure out how to get entrance music, Zach.
We'll figure it out.
We got to figure out how to get entrance music.
I mean, right now, off the top of your heads, if you had entrance
What's
music,
your
what would
song?
you go with?
Oh boy.
Oh, you had to know that was coming.
Yeah.
There's always Zoombot.
I do Step
Hey,
Up
you
by
already
John
said
New
it. It's
Oh,
t-shirt
nice. I
we're
like
gonna wear.
that. Yeah.
What song? Sorry.
Pool. Step Up by John New Pool.
Cool.
I like that.
You are a metalhead, so
I'm redhead, but no,
Ginger.
By High Hopes, by Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
Gotta have High Hopes.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know what mine would be if I ever got to that point.
No? That's kind of a tough decision. You
It
think
is.
about it, you're like, wow.
I mean, yeah, it's not like it's.
Am I trying to represent me or am I trying to represent, what am I trying to do? It's a
Well,
lot
and
of
it's,
songs.
and it's I mean, how many times have you seen entrance music by everybody else? You don't want to be a copycat either.
right.
Right.
I can't remember who it was, but I thought somebody walked up to American Badass by Kid
Yeah.
Rock.
Yep.
Somebody did.
That was awesome.
Classic.
That I think Kid Rock would have one of his songs would have to be my walk up. That would be
I saw him live once. He was insane.
bucket list. For
That dude's
sure.
a
What would yours
he's a-
be, Matt?
Was that?
What would yours be?
That's what I was saying. Something by Kid Rock, I think. I mean, he's got a
That's a good question.
Ball with the ball?
Yeah.
man, dude. Yeah.
Something like No Rain by Blind Melon or something.
Oh yeah.
I thought about that the whole time I was
You
at the
listen to
classic.
my
Right? Like,
song?
what would it be? Still haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
While we got people on here, we should ask what
Yeah,
chime
yeah,
in.
awesome.
You chime in.
What's-
Let's just some yeah.
Yeah,
What would
especially
your-
if any of my friends are watching.
Yeah,
Especially,
give
I wanna
him Colin
know.
some
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah.
Doug,
There's
Doug
some
Henning,
Celine
what,
Dion over there.
Doug
something
Henning,
like
what
that.
would yours be?
Yeah, we'll have to wait.
What about Manson? What did Manson go out to?
I don't even want to.
Travis, what
Yes.
did you go out to when you were on the Elites?
We're having some requests here to get some Wisco sweatshirts and hats available at the Real Shot.
That
So
can
you'll have
happen.
to hook me up.
I'll be down here Monday,
All right, we can do that.
maybe even before.
We can even throw them on the website if you guys. If that's okay with you guys. I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys want to handle pick, pack, and shipping or not, but
Yeah, we can.
we're good at that.
Yeah, we can.
So
We are really
that's
good.
kind of
You
our
do it for a
thing. We kind of ship stuff. That's what we do. So
The t-shirts and hats, t-shirts and sweatshirts will be available, but
no jerseys?
the sun shirt
Yeah.
jersey type from
Jerseys.
Sublime is only available through there.
Okay.
Oh, Sublime, that might be.
Oh,
they
yeah.
might have some good songs to walk
There you
up
go.
to.
Erwin James says Brent is a Milli Vanilli guy.
Who said that?
Irvin James?
Yeah,
You know him?
I must.
Before a little while ago, he said you were the
You're gonna
man.
forget about him real quick, right?
Who was that again?
Is that because they're imposters? Weren't those guys didn't really sing, right?
Yeah, what I would do.
Yeah.
They faked it till they made it.
AC/DC Thunderstruck, Doug
Oh, yeah.
says.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
That's a classic.
That's-
That's probably the one I was leaning towards, but now Doug has it, so I can't.
Colin's over here. You're
I'm
searching.
scrolling right now. Now you got my mind going.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, some of them have some pretty
There's a
decent
couple
country
of-
songs.
I thought
but
the one at the classic I liked the best was Mark Daniels Jr. That was pretty awesome.
What was it?
I got it on my phone.
he's got it on his phone.
I actually sent him a message. I'm like, dude, what song was
All I
that?
do-
Nobody
All I do is
wants
win.
to walk up to the Real Shot intro song.
Just
Come
be
on,
a-
seriously.
Let's hear it. Let's play it.
Who's gonna be Casey Ashley and write your own song?
Not me.
Yeah, we're not that talented.
I'm not
man.
singing anything unless I'm very, very intoxicated.
Whoa. I want to know who's the dude gonna walk up in the cheetah print leather or fur coat.
Hopefully nobody, because that guy.
This was Mark Daniels. Remember that? I had that stuck in my head for 3 days when I was down there.
It's not loud enough to remember it. Oh my god!
No,
was
but
that
it-
Oh,
loud?
it was loud in there.
It was awesome. I had that stuck in my head that whole beginning part for 3 days. I had it stuck in my head when I was down there. I couldn't get that out
There's
of my
quite a
head.
few good
There
ones.
was a lot of good ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Kid Rock. Something Kid Rock.
We gotta get music.
Yeah, you
though.
gotta get some.
Music
Van
makes
Damme.
everything better.
Van Damme
does.
comes into Thunderstruck, I think.
Is
Doesn't
it?
Roadhouse comes to jump.
Oh, hey, dog, if
Van
Van Damme comes into Thunderstruck, man, those are some big shoes.
There you go. I know Lonnie Mezzer would come into Jump Around. For sure.
Nice.
Oh man.
What else? Who else is on there that says? What's
Nobody so far.
Eastman? What's yours? George still out there?
Can I start calling some of these people
Who's gonna be
out?
the mixer?
We're gonna have it pre-programmed. We're gonna figure this out. I got some ideas already. If it's technical, I'll figure it out.
All right.
I will figure it out.
Stay tuned.
More on your plate.
See,
Yep.
no, that's what I do. I come up with
I don't
something.
even get to go
Zach,
on
what
the
would your
boats
song
anymore.
be?
They're like, oh, you're going to be in
Yeah,
boats
yeah.
filming, and now they're like, you're going to get to sit in the sun at a desk.
We'll
for
put you-
all
I said
day."
I was gonna buy you a tent.
We'll put
Come
you on a boat
on.
for takeoff.
Okay, under a tent for like 9 hours.
You can drink beer all day.
Okay, you know what? I'm okay with not going.
No, no.
We'll be the live stream, and the next guy is gonna be this guy. He's pretty
He's gonna
good
be that
fishing.
guy right there. He's got a boat and a
Does
t-shirt.
that guy just wear a blue?
I think this guy's fishing all day. I don't know.
Wait, never mind.
You forgot his sunscreen, man. His eyes are really white.
Zach, what would your walk up
You know,
song
the
be?
entire time I've been quiet because I've been trying to think of what I
Yeah,
want.
it's not as easy as you
And
think.
no,
right?
but I got it and I pinned it down because it has to be a specific like verse from a song.
Oh, there you go.
So it's 2 Chainz' part from "We Own It" for the Fast and Furious
Oh,
6
there
or
you go.
7.
It's a good
2
song.
Chainz
Yep.
right there.
I like that.
Yep.
Mine might be Cut the Cord. Who sings that?
Oh, that's China.
Shine Down, yeah. Cut the Cord. That one gets me pumped in the morning. On the way to a tournament, I definitely.
So we got to have music.
Metal
It's
all
a
over it.
consensus. It just has to have music.
I will say that when I'm in the truck in the morning, it's Kid Rock, Wabra. Oh yeah.
It's a funny story about music when we were running the state tournament in Sturgeon Bay. We were downtown Sturgeon Bay and we had music playing in the morning, and I like to turn it up a little bit. If you're by the dock,
Absolutely.
you're,
Heck
you're
yeah.
not going to hear yourself or your phone ring. So, well, we had it facing at the water, and people from the block behind us, so behind us, 3 blocks came down and were just pissed.
Yeah, they don't
It's
like
5:30 in the morning, even earlier, and I didn't think it was that loud. And she was kind of a
Friendly person.
see you next Tuesday about it, so
Yeah.
I just turned the speaker a little bit,
Tuesday.
turned it up a little higher.
Well, that's a first.
My
That's
first reaction
a
was like, "Are you kidding?" Like, I don't know if you're serious or not. So, hey. She goes, "Yeah, I'm serious. You don't have to wake up the whole goddamn neighborhood." I'm like, well, I wasn't trying to
What
wake
time of day
anybody.
was
These
it?
guys are already awake.
Like
5:30 in the morning, lunchtime.
Sun was up.
Thumbs up, time to party.
Right. It's been up for hours. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, that was the next day we got
See ya.
asked. And then the Bassmasters was the following week when they were in the Crossford AY, and they got told by the city to keep their music down.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Well, if this is any inkling of what's going to happen, I think we're going to have some fun this summer.
We will.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Definitely going to be fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's going to be
If
awesome.
you can't have fun, it's not worth doing.
So again, they have to register by next Sunday for the very first
28th.
Wisco. The 28th
At midnight.
at midnight.
And I got the link in the comments too
I'm
on the live
surprised we
stream
haven't
here
got
on
the
Facebook.
question how
So
many have
if you're
registered
watching-
for the first tournament yet.
Well, I didn't really know if it was a pertinent.
29th.
I mean, that gentleman that asked like the 70 boats, I don't understand why that question would get asked. Is he just looking for better competition, or does that make more money then?
More money.
More money. I mean,
The
that
more
all
boats
makes
we have,
sense, but
The more boats we have, the higher the payout is. So,
right.
and in the end, that's why we all fish tournaments is
Right.
the money and the notoriety for sure. So,
Yeah.
but 70 boat tournament's different on the bay than it is Shawano or somewhere like that too. So,
Right.
yeah,
And none of the lakes have a cutoff, right? I mean,
75. But if we hit 75, we're able to extend. So, I'll gladly make that call to the DNR to get it extended.
Right.
So,
Is that a guarantee then? If you try to
Yeah.
get it extended, you
yeah,
get it?
every one of them said they would.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. No, I'm back to the same thing. I think once people see it, right, kind of. I think the big thing with the media thing, I know Matt was kind of joking around before about the spot
yeah,
protection
we're
and all
not
that.
going to do that.
I just want to sell tackle, right? Like, I don't really care about where you're fishing. I just want to sell baits. That's my whole thing, right? Like,
What'd you say? You're out of black Senkos? Hold on.
right? Like,
Inflation.
I mean, just being honest, right? The real shot got involved. We're trying to sell tackle. That's what we're
Right.
gonna do. I don't care
Yeah.
about where you're fishing. I want to know how you're fishing, right? And what you're throwing and those types of things. I want to sell rods and reels and line
Yeah.
and hooks and sinkers and all that kind of stuff, right? Like,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
care where. I care less where you're.
And when we're by you with the camera, that's your time to talk.
right.
You know, to talk.
Oh yeah.
And explain what you're doing if you want to. You know, if anybody that watches Bassmaster Live or MLF, the guys are always chattering about what they're doing or what they're thinking.
Well, and see, that's the big thing. The misconception with fishing is if you do want to go to the next level, you are a marketer.
yeah,
Right.
You are a marketer
Exactly.
first and a fisherman second. It's really what it turns into, right? Like,
yeah, you're not going
I
to
mean,
make it if you can't market yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you get there because of fishing. No, don't get me wrong, right? You got to put fish in the scales, or nobody cares what you have to say, right? But at the end of the day, you got to be able to sell stuff. That's what it boils down to. That's what it's all about.
Well, and here's Doug responding to my comment. It says, no reason I asked. I'm not signed up for all right now. I just want to be able to fish even after 70 boats. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
important. Then.
Yeah.
I just was wondering, is he looking because if there's more than boats, he doesn't want to fish it or anything like that. I'm not saying that's a bad question. I was just wondering why.
Keep in mind, your boat number is as you register. So
Oh, so don't him haul, Doug.
if you want, if there's a lot of guys I've been, talking to is I don't care about boat number. My boat's not fast. I'm going to get past. There's a lot of reasons,
Yeah. Or sometimes you don't want to be first
Right,
out because
right.
you got to
You
certain
get
spots.
it extends your day
Yeah.
too. If you're a late boat number, you got longer to fish in the day. So
So that was always my thing. Early spring tournaments, I always want to be last. I want to come in
that
late.
afternoon. Yeah.
I want to come in late when the water's warmer. Right?
Right.
That was always my thing.
Yeah.
But
But in the middle of summer, when in doubt, throttle out. You want to be out of the gate.
one adult throttle
That's
on.
my
I like that.
mentality.
that's going on a shirt.
I was just gonna say I gotta print a sticker of that on.
Yeah.
We should talk about that one. I can't steal it now. It's public. You said it first.
Yeah.
I
Heard
like
it there.
Too bad we recorded this.
that. Yeah, right? Jesus. Live
Oh, is it
recording, all
happening
this kind
here?
of stuff. I'm a little jacked about interest music. I don't know about anybody else.
Well, I was gonna ask before. Like I was kind of thinking. I've never fished a tournament, but I just like any kind of competition. Your heart gets beaten the day.
Oh, yeah,
that
dude.
morning.
Man,
you get the sweaty palms because
It
you
is,
just
too.
can't
We
wait,
got-
pacing back and forth.
We got to get you in a boat
He will be. Oh, yeah.
for takeoff for one of them with a camera.
Oh, dude.
So you can feel it. It's
Yeah.
if you've never been in line,
You're an
waiting,
adrenaline guy, right? Like,
Oh,
you're a
for
competitive guy?
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
first, and it's,
And I mean, like I said, I haven't never fished one, but I can just.
No, but so,
it's
no, but
yeah,
like
baby.
when we were at the Classic, right? We didn't go to the actual launch. We went and found that spot where they were all cut in the corner, and those guys were going 70 past us. Both of you guys aren't really into this. You were kind of like, woo!
we got air.
Like, I mean, it was just like, I mean, you kind of feel it when, you know, the energy going. I mean, there's a lot, horsepower and all that. So, right, am I wrong? Like, you guys, that was your first experience with a lot of that stuff.
For sure. For
And
sure.
you're standing there, I'm like, because I drove around, I was like, most of the guys were heading south, right? And we sat there and saw the first guy come through, and there was an island right there. And the river channel went right by where I went, right? And I'm like, well, I didn't know, because I didn't have a lake map down there in Tennessee. And I'm like, well, the other short side of the river, if they cut it, that's where they're all going to go. The first guy came through, that's where he went.
Right on the bank.
Get in the truck, let's go! Drove all the way around, and they were 20 feet zinging past. It was awesome.
Pretty much any equipment I've ever wrecked in a tournament, spearing waves, all the stupid things that happened in the first 3 minutes.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
Sturgeon Bay is the best. When you launch out a little sturgeon, everybody's coming out of the channel flat out, trimming up, getting ready to go. They get square.
Hit that first roller.
First wave, and then you just see boats. Boom. But everybody hits the first one really hard.
Right. Right.
Well, I think the anxiety is even worse on like our first time on Winneconne when we had to go slow no wake for 15 minutes to get out of town before you get to
Well, the
us.
adrenaline's
You
going.
get to go,
You just want to
yeah,
go.
yeah,
It's like,
open it up.
I mean, I think that's where we're at right now. I mean, sitting here talking about it.
oh, yeah,
and
you
like,
can feel the energy in the room right
How
now.
fast can you go with no wake?
You guys gonna go home and start flipping in your garage and stuff like that?
Oh, we were-
I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
Practicing
Yeah.
now.
I was doing that in the snowstorm.
Yeah,
No, it's just, it's
Winnebago's wide open. You can fish.
Oh,
so.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
and for you. I mean, I've had a lot of adrenaline rushes in my short time span in life.
Right.
And I'll tell you right now, I'm already nervous.
Yeah,
Like,
I could-
you're already watching.
Yeah.
You know,
I've
when your
seen it
boat
in his
numbers-
face the whole time.
When your boat numbers call, man, it's
Yeah, but no, you were in the military, right?
yeah.
This is more adrenaline than active duty.
Yeah, I think I mean it's just a totally different
Right. It's different
adrenaline
type.
rush, right?
Yeah.
It's an enjoyment
you know
adrenaline.
that
One's more like life and death.
Yeah.
One's, yeah,
Well,
right,
you're
for
just-
sure.
you know,
I
it's-
enjoy this. I don't enjoy shooting at people or getting
Right.
shot.
Fair
Well,
enough,
yeah,
fair
not
enough.
even that, but it's like you start thinking about things and you're like, all right, you know, do I have the right stuff tied on? Do I have all this? And you have that anticipation
put
where
the
you're
plug
sitting.
in?
Well, when you're
Done that.
yeah, but when you're sitting in the chute and it's like you're
that
just waiting, you hear the music going, and all right,
Yeah.
boat number one. Now it's like, all right, here we go. And then when you drop the clutch on it, it's
It's hammered down.
yeah. And I mean, when you're cracking across the lake at 60 some miles an hour, and that boat starts walking over waves, and I mean, you're in it to
You're
win
painting
it.
a good picture right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're-
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think in the first day we got to get you a Greg club.
Oh boy!
don't know
Don't
what
do
that
that.
is.
Just
Yeah.
don't do
Yes.
that. No, remember that video of the
He's
boat we
got
just
the-
saw that exploded and went rolling?
Oh,
That's
that
the
will
boat
be-
this guy runs.
Greg will hang on to her. He's got that under control. He's got an Allison that is,
Yeah, I was gonna
is
say,
scary
so
fast.
Yeah, he's got the Allison. But we're talking about the beginning of the day, the end of the day when you're sitting at the tanks with your fish
Oh,
and trying
yeah.
to peek at everybody else's
Oh
fish.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're waiting. Like one of my best experiences was when I fished divisionals down on Lake of the Ozark, and I got to go on stage, and I had Dad and everybody else that was supposed to be working said they were at, watching me on the Facebook Live, and they were texting me like, "What's your weight?" And so that was one of the coolest experiences I've had going across that big stage like that. So
That
beginning of the day,
experience
end
we're
of the
gonna
day.
have.
That's awesome.
Every tournament.
We're gonna have that.
We're
every
gonna have
tournament.
it. We're gonna-
You know, we're gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, we got, like I say, we got 3 cameras there, right? We got a camera on the way in, we got a camera on the bump take, we're gonna have an actual camera for you to get out and hold the fish up, promote your sponsors, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm jacked. I'm like,
Dude,
I'm like clammy. I'm like, damn. I wish I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the bugs out this weekend. I'm going to fish Fort Fremont Walleye Classic just to get the bugs out. But I mean, May 5th.
Don't lip 'em.
I'm ready. Like,
don't
let's
lip
go.
it, dude. Don't lip them.
No,
Don't lip them.
gravel carp.
I tried
That's what
to-
he always tells me. He texted me
Gravel
last week and he
Gravel
goes,
carp.
"Hey, why don't you start getting ready? Like, got to quit catching gravel carp and get ready for May 5th."
No thunderboards this time.
Gravel carby.
I
Gravel
think,
carb.
I think we're really going to see some transfer too. I think we'll see some of the walleye anglers come over. If Chase is still on,
Yeah.
here you go, Chase. You're fishing the Sturgeon Bay Open.
Yeah.
Come play with us.
Well,
It's-
you're starting to
it's-
see that, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
a convert, right? I used to walleye fish for a long time. If you're trying to make a career in fishing, you have to fish bass. That's just all there is to it.
And
Or crappie for
you
that
have
matter.
to be.
I mean, right? Like, seriously,
You
Yeah, but crappie tournaments have gotten bigger than
Slingshot?
What?
What? You ever see him slingshot?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I want to do that.
No, but I mean, walleye fishing's great, right? Like, my dad does, a lot of guys walleye fish, that's great. But if you really want to try to make a name for yourself in fishing, you have to do it either in bass or whatever, right? It's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's where all the money is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's where all the media is. And the media package is awesome.
You can only go so many places in the United States and fish for walleye, but bass is
Everywhere.
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 I mean, you can go fish
pretty
anywhere.
much anywhere in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
see, now,
what's-
I don't know if you guys have been down. Have you been down like Alabama or Tennessee or whatever? Have you been down there?
Arkansas is about the farthest south. I've been.
Like bass guys like walking water down there.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was dealing. We were at a business trip. Justin, our fishing buyer, and I went on down there to Nashville. We're there looking at some equipment or whatever, and the guys, we went out to lunch with them. They took us out to lunch. They talked about bass fishing like we talk about the Packers down there. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Like we went to a restaurant that was on the water because there was bass swimming around the restaurant in the water. They could feed the bass, right? Like there's these 8-pounders swimming around or whatever, and they're sitting at the table having conversations about the bass guys like we talk about football. It's just what they do down there. They could care less about anything else except catching bass.
Yeah, if you don't hear in Alabama, you don't hear Roll Tide. You hear somebody talking about bass.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, 100%, totally agree. But yeah, I mean, that's the deal, man. That's where you're trying to get to. That's it. I told my wife as an extra, I'm gonna move to Tennessee. I'm gonna live there from March 20th until April 20th, and then I'm coming home. She didn't like that idea.
That's an extended stay.
Yeah, it's true conversation. Zach and I can
it
attest. That
happened.
way-
You should have just told her you're going on vacation.
Yeah, right. Right. I'm
I'm
just,
going to Florida.
just gonna go down there for a month. We're just gonna fish a month. It'd be great.
Yep.
Awesome.
Any other questions out there on Facebook?
Oh, Doug says I'm going to be the poorest mofo of fishing, but I'm still going to compete with all you studs. So there you go. Well, that's the thing,
That's
right?
some confidence.
Like you don't have to have a lot of money to compete at this level, right?
no.
Like the next level is a big deal. You got tons of travel costs, tons of expenses, vacations, all that stuff. That's the whole purpose of the series is to be able to kind of have that locally, so more or less.
Right.
And
And that's why, if anybody that watched the first show is, we debated so hard on the entry. I mean, it was back and forth for months on what the entry should be.
Right.
You know, what's too high, what's too low, obviously the higher it is, the bigger payout there is, but you're going to get less people. So,
Right.
the payout could be more at less. So it's that give and take of what is the best and what are guys willing to come and, put on the line by themselves. And that's the unknown of it.
Right.
It's the growing pains of it all.
Yep.
But if you look at the value they're getting at that price point, it's truly unbelievable. I don't think anywhere in the nation is honestly getting this much value at this price point. At $175. You know what I mean?
As a boater,
I mean,
I would agree. That's a great way to put it.
I mean, I don't even think you can go and fish a BFL for $175.
no.
They're over 300.
Are
And
those
definitely-
even live? Do they stream those weigh-ins
No,
and
the
stuff?
weigh-ins maybe
So,
every once in. I mean,
I
locally
would
maybe.
think
I don't know.
once in a while,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not the coverage you're gonna get. In fact, you get to fish a couple different places instead of just out and across.
You mean the Great Lakes Division?
Yeah, precisely.
Oh, that one.
Oh.
The 7, 8, and 9 Great Lakes division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Got anything else?
No. Just excited.
Kelly, you got
Yeah.
any questions? Kelly Jackson is
forward to
our
it.
Kelly Jackson is our
live studio audience.
live studio audience here.
First ever. Thank you.
I was gonna say we should pull up a chair. He's been very patient. I would.
Right.
I'd have been like, no. I'm not
No,
even standing.
Yeah,
here.
as
Standing
always-
in the doorway.
As always, anybody ever have any questions? You can either on the website you can see our contact info. You can Facebook. However you can get a hold of us, definitely do it.
There's your question. Your question
What is
just
it?
came
You got a
up.
question.
How many entries you got for the first tournament?
You want to let it out of the bag?
No, you'll find out on Monday after it closes.
So you bring it up again. So April 28th is the deadline for the first tournament.
Yep, at midnight. 12:01, no more entries. And we're going to hold to that. That is something that we made our minds up. We talked about on the way down here. When the deadline is done, it's closed.
Is what it is.
It is what it is at that point. Again, there's a lot of reasons for that. So
There's a lot of logistics that go into
I was
this
just
than
gonna
just
say
a
on your
tailgate.
piece
Right.
of, it takes a long time. That window to finalize and have everything straightened out by Sunday is a lot for you two to do
Right.
on its own.
Yep.
When we find out our boat number the day of we show up, right?
we'll post it.
We'll post
it on Monday.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So when you guys do get there in the morning, you will have to register. I'm sure my wife will have a computer set up. She'll check you in, give you your boat number sticker.
We'll have a contact.
Are both your
card.
guys involved?
Yeah.
Yep.
See, now we know why it runs so well. Now we know. I see that's never been brought up before.
You'll, my family helps out a ton. My mom and dad will be there. My sister will be there. My nephews.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That's
my
awesome.
family's always been great with supporting me and anything we do in the
Well, you
fishing.
can't. Can't do it without
It's a
all
lot.
the support. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
It's a lot, and thank you to all our volunteers that already have committed to come help, even if it's just transfer fish or whatever. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Colin, you have to watch this one back because you got a little fan club going on.
Yeah,
here.
there's like 3 or 4 people.
We got.
What's his name?
It's Brandon, right?
I think that's Brandon.
Brandon the captain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good luck this season.
Yeah.
First choice food plots right here. That Brandon's
Oh, there you go.
Too.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So after the 28th, will you let us know the boat numbers? And you said
Yes.
you'll post all the
We'll post it,
information.
yeah.
So
With us being about media, you got your jersey on.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to thank for
Absolutely.
helping you?
Obviously, Bumgart Tire and Wheel, Fox River, Chuck DeVito, Erica and Mike and Pat Bumgart, Brian. I'm looking at it like I don't know. First choice, Brandon the captain over at first choice.
It's funny you say that though. There's been guys at the class. They're like, "Oh, well, I'm forgetting somebody."
Yeah.
was it? Yeah, even at that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they, like this has been a work in progress for a long, long time. Obviously, Brian knows that more than a lot of people do, that I've been scraping and grinding my way to get any avenue that I can to make sure that this season came to fruition to where it's at. And anybody thinks that it just, free handouts and hopes, sadly mistaken, right? It's been, I've called Brian on days where days have just not been good and I want to beat my head against the wall, but I've just, if there's a will, there's a way. And it's, that's where I hear people talk about, well, maybe I don't know if I'm going to come fish or whatever. I mean, if you're committed to making yourself an avid angler in this industry and really trying to take yourself to the next level, you have to find a will and there's a way. I mean, you hear it day in, day out on the Elite Series. These guys were, Gerald Swindon, for instance, right? Framing houses. Cut the handle off and said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And that's where I'm at right now. I mean, I shifted jobs and did different things to put myself in this position to make sure that I was committed, that no matter what happens, I'm going to go out and give it my damned all.
Yep.
And however the cards fold out at the end of the year is how it's going to fold out. Hopefully, I walk away and make sure I fish next year as well. But I mean, it's one of those things, and if you want it that bad, you got to put the time and effort in, because I can guarantee you, back when I was sitting in Australia 3 years ago, and I was watching these guys go across the stage in the Classic, and I'm like,
I'll be one of those guys.
damn it, dude! I'm gonna do that, and I don't care how it's gonna take to get there.
They said that at the Classic. I mean, pretty much every single one of those guys said I never would have thought I would have
It had
been
an
to do
effect on me.
Dude, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'll never forget the first time that Bassmasters, the Classic, went live for the first time back in 2015. I watched that thing from a barracks in the Middle East, and I'm like, that's got to happen, and I'm gonna figure out a way. And I just, did my military thing, and I've, made the right connections. I've networked myself with the right people, obviously with you guys, with everybody around the Fox Valley, to make sure that I had the right support. And I've just kind of been my own personality, whether people like it or don't, right? I mean, if you guys
gotta do you, right?
Yeah,
right?
right.
And I mean, you guys see my you see my Facebook videos and everything. I'm a unique character by all means. I got it.
That's what it takes, though.
Right, but I'm not
Get
trying to
along.
conform to be somebody I'm not
That's
either, right? So this year I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna do what I'm meant to do, and come 3 o'clock we'll see what happens.
Right.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
Follow that up, Andrew.
Don't challenge him. I fished with him. And
Let's go.
I spent 8 hours in a boat with the Andrew.
Yeah,
There's a couple
follow it
times
up.
we go,
Let's go. Let's start the
you
season
look
right
it up?
here.
half hour yet?
Yeah.
I'll start the season.
You know what's
off.
funny is we actually used to work together at Gander Mountain
Yeah.
a long time ago.
8 years
and
ago, yeah.
That's cool.
Some days I'd have
We were
to take,
both-
I'd
I
have to take the
I-
headset off because Andrew would be still on the radio.
I didn't know
talking.
that either.
We were the walleye guys at that time, and we both made that transition to bass now. So,
Cool.
but Yeah, like Callin said, it's not, you can't just give somebody a phone call and say, hey, can I, wear your stuff or get free stuff from you? And being young guys, that's also tougher to get, is guys to, put that faith in you. So, I'm not a patch about it. I only have a few guys that I even work with, but probably Brian Graybill from Bugsy's Baits. I've been working with him. He's from Michigan. He started with me back 8 years ago when I worked at Gander Mountain, giving me salmon spoons on my charter I worked on. And then I took his walleye Colorado blades. Now I've been using those on my bass spinner baits, and now he's gotten to the bass plastics. So he's been awesome to work with. He's a person I've been with the longest. I work with Denali rods out of Arkansas, Mountain Home, Arkansas. They've been great to work with. Took a while to get into that, working with those guys, but they've been awesome ever since. And then recently, AFCO, American Fishing Tackle Company. Last year, first year joined with them. So been some cool stuff, especially like I said, I'm a redhead, so I have face mask, gloves, they can't see anything with glasses on, so I hate suntan
Eyes
lotion.
your poker face a little
right.
bit that way.
He gets burned walking around Walmart.
I'm feeling it here, so so working with them has been great. So it's just, everything is new. It's all about marketing yourself, and like you said, it's not what you can catch, but how much can you sell. It's not the lures catch fish. It's how many fishermen you can catch with them.
Well, this is such a huge platform over and above Facebook and all the other social media that other guys that fish other tournaments and circuits in the state aren't going to have.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's only so many ways to promote the sponsors, right? Like you get wraps and trucks and jerseys and all that stuff, but you have the whole gamut here now.
You only get like 30 seconds when you go across stage and give a shout out. So
we have our core sponsors for this series, and like I said, is we want to bring the emphasis on the companies that support the people supporting us. So I mean,
and that was like, that was my vision earlier this past year, was like, I saw this and I knew that, I all in, balls out, like that's where I'm going to go. But, I need a little bit of backing. And, I saw this and I said, you know what? You don't have to go chase a fishing sponsor. You don't have to chase somebody in the industry. If you think that you can market a company or a brand, whatever that may be, and they're going to benefit from it, make sure you go sell yourself to it. And that's what I did. I found things that, are a little bit different, but I think also play into the whole aspect of having everything, like bum guard, tire and wheel, wheels and tires. Obviously, everybody needs wheels and tires, whether it's your tow vehicle, boat trailer, things like that. So they're going to benefit from that.
Right.
Instead of just Joe Blow down the street that's going to give you $50 and so.
Well, I think it's cool with the platform you guys created for these guys to be able to get local sponsors, to have a local foothold, right? Where everybody on the planet's chasing Rapala and you know what I mean, all those big sponsors, right? Well, they, how much money do they have? And if you're not one of the big name Mike and Ellie types, they're like, okay, whatever, right? But to a company like Bumguard, you can be the guy in the local area, in the local market, and actually help promote that, which is awesome.
Yeah. And that's what you guys said about the live boats. I wasn't scared. Most of my fishing trips are documented anyway with the pictures and video I already take. So somebody else is going to do that for me.
I think it's just the unknown for guys, right?
Right. That's what it is.
It's just the unknown. It's some guys work really hard to find certain areas and they want to protect. And I totally get that. I mean, that's why I said on the first show, I've been around tournament fishing my entire life as long as I can remember, and I get it. So that's what we're going to really try really hard to not let that happen.
Right. Yeah, kind of like your secret spot that you have that you just didn't see the 15 other boats that were there.
Right. No, I get that, but
you know what I mean.
But if that's your deal, whatever. I'm not.
That's not our intention.
I'm not calling anybody out. Whatever. Maybe some guy drove some snowmobile and dropped a couple Christmas trees in there. Who knows? Whatever. Right. Like. Right. That's not what it's about for me. For me, it's about selling tackle and helping you guys grow, and then hopefully we can all grow together. Right. That's kind of what we said from the get go. This is a multi-year deal for us.
Yep.
Right, we're in for a couple of years here at least to get this thing going, and
that's the way when we want for sponsors. That's what we're looking for is long-term partnerships.
Yep.
The one and done years. That's great for that year, but longevity to keep giving the anglers something to be proud of the fish.
Yeah.
We need the backing. Same way you do.
Right.
To put out a product that makes it worth guys wanting to fish, and when somebody talks about a bass tournament, Wisco, that's what we want them to think about. And with that comes the Real Shot. With that comes XYZ brands.
All your other sponsors you got.
And anybody that I think fishes at whatever aspect they consider it, everybody's going to benefit this year. You guys are going to benefit. Obviously, the real shot's going to benefit. I know personally I'll benefit, and maybe a guy that not sure where he wants to go, he's going to benefit because he's going to get some experiences that maybe he never
Well,
experienced.
get some
before.
exposure too.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
it's hard to
Right.
get sponsors when all you have is a Facebook page. Everybody on the planet has a
Everybody
Facebook
has
page.
Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? But what are you
Right.
going to do to help me sell stuff? That's what I care about as a sponsor.
Or
right?
you want to create your own media thing, but you don't have, the finances
Right,
to
yeah.
back that. Like now you're gonna have a camera there where you didn't have to pay for any of that camera equipment,
Yep.
and they're gonna be able to promote you. So that's remarkable.
Best deal in the country.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's anything else like it, to be honest with you. And I was really jacked after I came back from Alabama when I fished that tournament. I came back when they were like, these were the biggest circuits in the country. I was like, I got all jacked for this. It was like, these guys can play ball up here. This is going to show everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There's no height in anything, right? It's awesome. Other than your spots. No height spots.
Sensitive area.
Well, I just, you know what it is,
Oh,
right?
I-
I totally get it.
Yeah, it's definitely something we are going to be very, very conscious of.
Yep, absolutely.
I would say as a camera media crew, that is our number one focus, is to keep it.
Well, and that's
Yes.
the thing too, is we're gonna contact everybody that's involved in the first tournaments and to say, hey, if you don't want to be anything a part of the media side, that's fine. Just let us know. Because if you're a guy that's just saying, hey, I'm just gonna go fish and I don't care about all that other stuff, well then we'll just leave you be and let you do your thing. But if
Right.
you got the guys like Andrew and Callin that are just jacked up, yeah, get a camera out there, I'm ready to
Yeah.
go. That's what we're looking for.
Yep.
And it's just going to be that simple. Again,
I mean,
if
everybody
you have
will
no
be a part of
interest
the
in it
win.
at all, we're not gonna force it upon you. Now you're gonna probably want to be that guy all of a sudden, third tournament in when these guys are getting some more headway with the game. Well, you may or may not have missed out on that. And that's the thing about it, I was just gonna say is, why not say that I was one of the first guys to fish this tournament section 5, 10, 15 years from now when this thing is a big deal.
Yep.
Hey man, I was there from the beginning.
There's only one first.
That
That's
was-
all.
That's it.
Only
that
one
was,
first
that was
winner,
the
right?
thing that I saw immediately, and that's kind of what I hit on with you is, to be a part of that inaugural year.
Yep.
That who knows where this is going to go, obviously, right? But to look back and be sitting here,
It's
before
that
the
story you
first
can tell
tournament.
your kids, right?
Yeah.
And when
Who
they're
knows?
watching it
Yeah.
on TV, you could be like, you know what? I fished that tournament.
I told them last week. I said you're going to be the Ray Scott of Wisconsin.
On a low out looking at cowboy hat.
What's the guy from the bass announcement that was doing the classic? I can't remember his
Mercer.
name. Yeah.
Mercer.
Giants. There you go. That's you, right?
That's Brent. You're gonna have to.
Okay.
You gotta come up with
Tell 'em
something,
what we
dude.
want.
You need a tagline.
You just got to do you.
At least you don't have to tan. You already got it.
For this week. This week. Give it
Just
a
got to
week.
do
Till we
you,
get
man.
6
Just
feet of
got to
snow in
do
the
you.
next couple days. John, we got one thing here. We'll kind of wrap this up, but John wants to know: is there a Marshall system so I build up enough confidence to fish next year? I don't think there. Just
There
fish
is
it
no-
this year, bro.
Well, there is a slight Marshall system. You kind of hit on it, right? A couple.
Yeah, there's not going to be a marshal in your boat, but there's definitely going to be
Eyes
people
on the
around.
water.
I mean, if you're not going to fish, you want to come out and support in other ways and help out. We welcome it.
Well, that's the thing too. Looking for volunteers, come out.
Dad
definitely.
gladly put a camera in his hand. Put him in the
Yeah.
boat, right?
Right?
Zach will have to pee at some point through the day, so someone's going to have to man the ship.
You're not wrong.
Looks like he's got to go right now.
You're not wrong.
Look at the size of that water. Zach's got a sixer down over there. And
Sixer. But yeah, we're to kind of wrap up. And I know personally, I'll speak for Brent here a little bit too. Is we're super excited. We're anxious. We're just pumped to get everything rolling. All the work on the back end is going to come out here soon, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see everything put together. I can't wait to see the.
Well, it was
the
that
guys'
energy
faces.
before when we were all talking about the launches
Yeah.
and the fishing.
The
and
takeoff.
You could
This
feel
is,
it.
this is calm. What's going on in my head?
No, but
right
you
now
can
is
feel the
actually- I'm making Ike and Ellie look
Nothing but
calm.
monkeys have been there.
well, that's what we're waiting. Who's gonna be first doing a snapper rod? Come on, that's who's both.
No, but like when we were talking before about the launch, every single one of us was like, "Woo!"
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm not even fishing them, and I'm jacked.
Yeah.
Just-
I'll be
it's-
first
it's
one
good.
at the launch.
Andrew can-
midnight. I'll be there.
Yeah, no,
Andrew-
you're not even sleeping.
No.
Andrew can attest to it. It's the launch, everything from the music going on while you're launching your boats to the national anthem. The national anthem that we play is
Oh, that's.
if that don't
Yeah.
put tingles
Jimi
down your
Hendrix.
spine.
You
boy,
get a pep band, somebody's pep
you
band there.
get,
That always
it's-
jacked me up.
Get Exposed by Charlie Farley. That one was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That gets
I
us
don't know
going.
if that's
so.
gonna come out though.
Then that's my stage music
I
right
don't know if
there.
that's
I'm
gonna
taking
come
that
out.
one.
That's kind of a unique thing to the other WBN program. So we're not sure what the playlist is going to be yet, but Josh Credidio said he'll put one together for me, so I imagine that will be some pretty good stuff. But yeah, we're excited. I wanted to extend out to you guys to come and talk, and thank you for coming to do that. Thanks for being part of it.
Appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks to everybody at the Real Shot, from everybody on the sales floor to the behind the scenes, Zach, everything you've done.
It's been a lot of work for everybody, and it's really
It's going to pay off.
It's going to pay off.
It's going to pay off a lot. I mean, when you think about it, this is the first year of something, and the amount of
Yeah.
work and time being put into it, and the amount of things that are going into this and that are going to come out of it for a first year of an event, especially even at just like a state level or maybe a little bit smaller than that, is just ridiculous compared to things that have already been around for 10 plus years, don't even have half of this stuff. So
Right.
I think this would be a really sweet time.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Very cool.
Well,
Well,
cool.
other shameless plug though, the store. Let's just real quick.
Yep.
If you haven't been here in the last week, you gotta come in here and check this out.
I was shocked when I walked in here
I was
today.
too. Wow.
That is the normal. That is the normal thing, right? Like, rip the walls down. The range is the half size. I mean, the fishing department like
I can still shop after
tripled
this, right?
inside. Yeah, we got 20
Yeah,
minutes.
20 minutes.
I mean, the fishing department literally like doubled in size. If you
I
have
walked
not,
in and I got excited, like, all right.
yeah, it's
Mega Bass.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you kidding me?
just size reference size. So we used to have the second store, right? Like we had all the gondolas in this store. We used to have a second store on the other side of Appleton. When the walls came down, the store put every single one of those old gondolas in this store. That's how much we literally doubled in size.
Wow.
So we got firearms are up and running now, right? Steve was up there selling today. New archery counter. Matt Eggert's been just awesome, just selling bowls like crazy. You got a whole new archery counter up there now. If you haven't been here in a while or you saw the fishing department, we've been talking a lot about what we are doing with fishing and the investment in fishing, the Great Lakes department, what we're putting in a bass. I mean, I don't think anybody else around here has a bass assortment, anything like this.
I walked through for 25 seconds. And
Tackle
Well,
warehouse.
and it's changed a lot in the last 2 days. Just the inventory that's out there. I mean,
And
people
we're not
didn't
even
realize
close to
that
done
we
with
were at a standstill trying to put product out there because we were waiting on construction. Once that construction, now the gates are open, man. The product's flowing out of the warehouse.
So it's
And the cool part is too I mean, whatever you see in the store, if you can't make it to the store, you can obviously order online
yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yep.
So that's, I mean, you're not.
And I was talking to that guy up in Wausau today, and I said, you know what, man? Order it online if quantities are limited. We're always constantly reordering, but
And we
order
ship
online.
same day.
Yep, and then do in-store pickup if it's something you want to get down here. You said he's never been in here. Well, you're finding something cool that you want to order it, and come make. That's a reason to make the trek down here. Pick it up in store. And say hi to the staff, because I mean the front staff between the warehouse guys, everybody on the sales floor, they've just been busting humps, and it's paying off. It looks phenomenal.
Hump day!
Hump day! I'll drink to that. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's insane. You have to.
I mean, I've been here obviously the whole time, right? Every time I walk out there, I'm
How long
like,
is that time?
9 years.
Holy man!
But every time I walk out there, I'm like, what in the hell did I do now? It's crazy. I can't get over it, to be honest. Every time I'm out there, I just can't wrap my head around how big it got. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There it was.
You're terrible.
Either could Megan.
That was a Michael Moore.
Yeah, there it was. So, well, cool, everybody. Oh, we got one big one here. Oh, never mind. It's fine, dog. It's hour 45. Go ahead, Brian. Read what Jerry's got to say.
Zach, do you want to read that? I don't think I can.
All right.
Jerry, who?
Jerry Mork
Jerry
says,
Mork. Oh, geez.
"This is what Wisconsin has needed since we lost most of the better series in the area, and to have some of the best guys in the running it. This is going to get huge. Kyle Carpenter is my hero."
Mark, I'll pay you later.
Well, that's the thing too. Is
Mark, you're not paid for any events yet, bud.
right.
So.
There are quite a few comments on here saying, you know, if there is two guys that run a tournament, it'd be you guys. So I mean, great job in the past, and you know, great job that's going to go into the future.
Send their wives flowers.
Go buy some
Please,
jewelry,
there
right?
you
There it
go.
is.
Go
Go buy
on.
some jewelry so you
Perfect.
can continue to fish all this stuff. But again, everybody that's tuned into this one, I mean, I think, besides the Wiscobass stuff, I think this proved a point that TRS Live is going to have to be an evening type
Yep.
event.
I agree.
I'm
Now-
super stoked.
I do have one question coming up with talking about the first event and the events upcoming. as people think about considering coming to weigh-ins to watch their family members or whatever the case may be, friends, are there just going to be any like vendors or things a little bit prior to weigh-in that they can come check out?
We're working on having some food.
Okay.
Having hot dogs, hamburgers, egg rolls. We'll get all that figured out with Yoji at the events.
Mm-hmm.
Madison, we can definitely talk to some local people. To be honest, any one of our sponsors, we have put it out there if they wanted to come and
I was gonna say,
have some
like a
product
little
there.
booth or
Yeah,
something
a
like
little
that.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I'll even extend it out to the angler sponsors. I mean, if Bumper Tire wants to come out and talk and do some demonstrations, I mean, we're all about bringing it and helping you guys. So,
Yeah.
Brian's looking for tire and rims for his new truck, right?
Hey, I got you on that one.
Yeah.
You need some lights? We can get a
Yeah, there it is.
Pimp it out.
Yeah. The real shot truck's gonna look BA. So
Awesome.
no, that's a great question. I mean, because
Yeah.
what are you going to do in the in time? But that's
Right.
why these cities and these counties are excited for people to go look around Shawano County. I mean, go find some stuff to do.
I mean, if there's people around from event to event, I mean, we can bring stuff and have some fun. I can bring bags and
Yeah,
bags
and
Oh, great!
Ladder
I'll be in the
golf.
water filming.
That's
You
a
guys
great
will-
idea. Hey.
I mean, we're gonna be there for a few hours setting up and doing the behind the scenes stuff. So if people want to come hang out, we can make an event out of it.
yeah,
It's-
bring some coolers and they can play bags. I mean, you got to have music going and crying.
every
Everybody's gonna be
place
hanging out.
we're gonna be at is on the water.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yep.
I mean, who doesn't want to hang out on the water
Right.
every day? When it's hot out,
I
nice out,
agree.
beautiful out, come hang out.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be an epic time.
And if you do stop out early, please head over to the broadcaster tent where I am kindly accepting donations of Natty Light or lemonade, either one. Something, I'm probably going to need it.
And water.
And water. Ice water.
Mic drop.
And on that bombshell, good night, everyone.
What was that, Pedialyte or something?
Yeah, Pedialyte. I still got the box, so we'll be safe for the first couple turns.
You like,
but
you like the packets or the jug?
I got the packets.
I'm just making sure everybody
Recovery
else out there
packs.
knows.
Pour 'em in, pour 'em
I
in.
can't wait. Dude. People are gonna be stacking
Yeah.
Pedialyte in front of Zach.
I hope there's a
You
natty
have a
light
kid on the
pyramid.
way?
Right,
Zach's like, no,
I'm
it
sitting here
would
like
be.
Pedialyte. I'm like, no, Natty Light is what I wanted.
You're right.
That's
right.
what.
Yeah,
that's
you're
what
gonna
we
get
wanted.
Pedialyte, bro.
Is that going to Salvation Army? No, that's just going to Zach.
Hey, Zach, if you do a really good job, I'll bring you a case of Bud Light.
All right.
That's insane. Wow.
Isn't that weird?
Oh, wow.
That's the thing. People will be like, Zach, you gonna have kids? No, man, that's all for me. That Pedialyte's for me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Let's wrap this one up again. Thanks everybody that chimed in tonight. We really appreciate everybody making the time to watch all these guys and support not only us but the Real Shot and Wiscobass and everything like that. And
Definitely. That was one of our best live turnouts we've had. I mean, we were peaking well over 30 for quite a while there. So
you gotta
that
go
was.
there.
What?
Because now
You know we're gonna be here every.
I live right there, so I don't care. Oh,
Hey,
hey.
you could.
We'll Skype him in on
Yeah,
that.
On the drive
on my
home.
hour ride home. I mean, I pretty much cover the whole show. Be just fine. No, that's cool. And that's the thing, too. I mean, with all the construction and all this stuff, we are eventually moving out of this little room.
Yep, we got a whole new
We're gonna get
conference
our-
room,
we're
a whole
getting
new
a
studio
studio.
getting built.
Nice.
It's all gonna be out front.
So not
Studio
only
is
Wisco
literally
blowing
like
up, but-
double the size of this. The room.
So do we get to do one-on-one, like we win a tournament, we get to spend the next day
Yeah.
with you guys?
Well, that is
Yeah.
written.
That's
into
kind of the whole deal. Is whoever
Okay.
wins is supposed to come on the show.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you got
Talk about the
criteria.
tournament. Talk about.
That's all on the
what's going
Wisco website.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
What
everything-
the winner gets.
I'm sure you guys do mid-season updates and everything like that. Looking
We're
at
doing
the
like
next-
weekly
next-
updates.
next
Yeah,
events.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And
Oh, yeah.
Zach was telling
Oh,
us
yeah.
earlier,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the folks at home that are going to be watching at home, they can go to our website, wiscobass.com or therealshot.com,
Yep.
and click on the link and be able to watch live or
Yeah.
through Facebook. So
Yep. It'll be
That's-
live
yeah,
in
that's
multiple
super-
places for you.
That's awesome, man. That's
I just think it's going to be great because, I don't expect a lot of people to show up in person for the weigh-in, but that gives
I do.
thousands
Yeah,
of
they will
people.
get- yeah.
You think so?
I'm just talking thousands, though, of people,
Oh,
the
for
opportunity at least to be able to watch.
How many do we have
I
at
mean-
state? I mean,
yeah, friends and family alone. I mean,
we packed the parking lot.
yeah, that was
Definitely.
200 and some anglers. So I mean, friends and family there, you're talking a few hundred people.
That's phenomenal.
30, 40,
That's a
50.
lot of natty light, dude.
and
I'm,
We'll probably have half the crowd there.
I'm
just
not
for
gonna
him on
complain.
well, and not even to go off that, but I mean, case in point, for instance, right? Not that I share a lot of my personal stuff out on the internet, but like my dad.
Not all of them.
Okay. All right. Anyways,
Those are Snapchat pictures, so at least they go away after 24.
Right. Case in point, though,
I think you lost it, dude.
it's gone. It's gone. No, but for real though, my dad, I mean, he's a quadriplegic, right? So he's in a wheelchair. So him making a trip down to Madison and coming out to lacrosse is really just an unrealistic thing.
Yep.
Now he has the ability to go online on Facebook. I mean, he's a Facebook guru as it is. Like, guy burns me out on Facebook. Dad, if you're watching, sorry, but you know, he has that ability, and I'm sure I know that I'm not the only one that has friends and family that can't physically make it there for that.
For sure.
So that's just something that's going to be super awesome.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, so I think we tried this 4
Not my
times
world.
now.
Yeah.
See, this is our problem. though. Every time we go, every
Yeah.
time. See, I have the big red button, so I can turn it off whenever I want.
We got
But
11
I
minutes.
just want to say,
And done.
trying to close TRS Live is like leaving your in-laws' house, right? It's always okay,
Oh,
guys.
dude, I run.
We gotta leave.
out.
You get the shoes on, and then you stand in the kitchen for a half
No,
hour. You
as
give
Chico's
everyone
walking
hugs.
out,
Then you're
dude,
back in the living room,
Chico's sleeping.
and you're just like, "How are we still here 2 hours later?"
Yeah, well,
TRS Live.
It all works. It all works.
My response to that is I always tell my wife, well, I can hate your in-laws. I mean, my
Right.
in-laws, it's just that you would rather me be nice or just say,
Just be happy I'm here.
yeah, right? All right, we're done. That's it. That's the
That's it, we're
show.
over.
Again, thanks everybody, and we'll catch you on the next TRS Live.